control currently with the current possession, managing to get control of the ball, but a bit of a stack there. The ball is getting danced off, but Ivor ready to receive, stopping the progression of Crawford's possession.
And we have 1 minute remaining. Blue definitely trying their best to defend. It is on their side of the court. Red could definitely look for a goal here. However, it seems to be flying across, barely missing the goal. Blue is definitely trying to get one more point at least on the board in the 40 seconds remaining. But Red is ready with the defense, ready to make sure the score stays as it is and to not allow Blue to score any more goals. We have about 30 seconds remaining, and Red almost manages to get a goal there, but Blue's defense was just a little bit too good, a little too solid.
Yes, it is. It seems like on both ends of the field, the red team is trying their best, but they managed to let that slip through. But because of their good defensive stop right there, or disruption, they managed to negate the chance for goal there. But Ivor Slash is still on the prowl, trying to push the pace, but there's only about 4 seconds left. Remember, the ball has to touch the ground before they can. But the red team does have a chance to score a goal right there, but they overshoot a bit there. Ivor getting the ball and receiving it, and it goes in favor of Ivor for this round.
Well played, both teams. Well done to Ivor for taking the win. Ryan, over to you.
Thank you so much, Kira. All right, well done, Ivor, for playing hearts out, and same to you, Crawford Ramsach. Don't worry, there's still a chance in match number 5 for you to play. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and variations thereupon, I've just been informed that there has been an update to how the tournament is going to work. So, for the top brackets from round 1, 2, 3, 4, and match number 7 is going to be a best of 1. For match 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, and 11, if there is an 11th match, will be best of 3. All right. So that is match 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 is a best of 1. And match 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, and 11 will be a best of 3. With that being said, we will now be moving on into the quarterfinals with King Edward on red and Hoërskool Oosmoed on blue. If you guys could please make your way to the stage. Have a seat. You guys have about 4 minutes to get your settings ready, and we will move on to match number 3 of the quarterfinals. Have a seat. If you have any technical issues, please feel free to talk to your game masters behind you. Just a reminder to only bring up your controllers, please. No bags, no phones. All right. If you are around the RGB Gaming stand and you can hear me, we are here doing a Boost Cup tournament of Rocket League. Come and support the kids that are playing here today. This is the big prize sitting in front of me, this wonderful trophy. Anybody on the podium will be getting something here today. All right, you've got about 2.5 minutes left before we get started here today. Over to Yaku.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, of course, I have to, while we're giving these players an opportunity to get their settings done, I have to, of course, call out all the partners that are here with us and that have been with us for the last 5 days. It has been a long 5 days, I think, for some of them. At the back there, of course, we are here with EveTech, who is our hardware partner, and they help us with everything game-related that we need. So if you need to talk about upgrading your systems, go and chat to them. We are also here with our partner in higher education, Eduvos, 12 campuses countrywide, and they do some really, really cool things around game design and game development. So if that is of interest, please do go and chat to them. On the other side, in the NAG zone, we are here with DecoFern. They are running a great competition for a giveaway, which I think is very cool. And then, of course, our partner, Honor, our mobile partner, who is also here with us. So a big shout out to our partners. Of course, these events cannot be done without them. Ryan, back to you.
Thank you so much, Yaku. All right, we've got about 1.5 minutes left for these players to get their settings ready until we start getting them in the lobby. Again, the previous match was quite a game, I'm not gonna lie. It's very entertaining to watch. Again, I've got to keep reminding myself to not unmute the mic and start commentating over it and giving Pacific and Kira a chance in the back to do it. But yes, we will be moving on shortly into the next match, just giving the players a chance to sort out their settings. They've got about a minute left, and then they'll be done. When you guys are ready, please go into the land match. Got it. All right. See, all the players are ready. We're just going to look into the private match that we have set up for today's tournament. All right. Seems like King Edward is ready to go. Waiting on one more player. And with that, over to you, casters in the back. Take us away for the beginning of the quarterfinals.
Hey guys, welcome back. It is Kings on red with Oosmoed on blue. This one quite interesting to see. The Kings are definitely did set the tone previously, but Oosmoed has a chance to deny them their thrones. It's going to see if both teams have adjusted to each other. Oosmoed having a chance to see how the Kings do play, so they can strategize for that. And the Kings managing to do quite well defensively, that they can set the tone, giving a bit of fear or a lack of confidence in both teams. But I do think, as we can see for the first couple of passes in between the matches, that both teams are pretty even right now.
It does seem both teams are pretty evenly matched. They both seem to have the same amount of skill, or at least the same level of skill, practice, and patience under their belt. They seem to be pretty even. I think this game could go either way. I mean, with 30 seconds in, no one scored anything yet. Anything can still happen.
And anything did happen. It went in favor of King Edward's managing to land the first goal. It is 1 at 4 minutes and 16 seconds. That was a very, very good pass right there. They did try their best. They did have the right mindset in terms of defense, but they were just a bit too far off. So close, but so far definitely on that play. But it does show that defensively they are there. It's just it was about more of an issue of timing. And it did seem like communication-wise they did commit to it, and that's what you kind of want to see when it comes to the defensive side of the ball. It does give a chance for the blue team to get on, but they are aggressively getting forced in by Oosmoed right there, instead managing to escape away with the pass, but the ball is still in favor of.
And it seems the red team's going in there with an epic defense. Blue team definitely trying to get a goal to even it out. I think they can, but red team is definitely playing offensively now. They've moved over to the blue side, trying to score a goal. This is a really back and forth game between the teams. The ball is staying on neither side of the field. It's constantly being bounced around like a game of ping pong, and they managed to even it out. One score to each team with 3 minutes, 32 seconds remaining.
That was a good defensive stop there, but unfortunately the ball did bounce off the King Edward's player right there, allowing that to be a sliced into goal. But that's what you want in type situations. You keep pushing on the offensive side, and even if there is a mistake, a goal is a goal, and you allow to take victory in that one because you managed to get the ball onto the other side. There is no mistakes, just happenings. The ball is being bounced off, getting ready to be received on both sides. Red team ready with the defensive stop right there, managing to get the ball onto the blue team side. Blue team managing to bounce the ball off with loss. The red team ready to receive it. The teams are doing quite well on both defensive sides. Boom goes Dynamite with that play right there, and it is 3 versus 2 currently. But there is no difference in teams in terms of skill or chance right now because no one is leading, and we're currently down by 2 minutes going into the third part of the stretch. That is a beautiful dance. They take over with that, and it's a good defensive stop by the red team.
And it seems we are still tied with 2 minutes 50 seconds remaining. It can still go either way. Both teams are playing absolutely amazingly. They definitely have an equal amount of skill. This is definitely going to be a close one. I think this could go either way. It's definitely close. Both teams, as I said, have equal skill. And it seems red is trying to get a goal. Blue is definitely trying their best with defense. They are mixing their defense with offense, leaving 1 or 2 players to hang back while one player tries to go and get that goal. They're definitely giving a balance between defense and offense on both teams, and it is working in their favor.
Both teams are clearly good at prediction. They're very good at the job at angling the ball. Hey, we have Marek right here, our resident predator when it comes to Rocket League. How do you feel about the game so far?
Both these teams are doing really, really well. Both super skilled.
Taking that from Marek is a very high compliment. He's one of the best players I can count, like, I've ever seen probably. He is one of the higher end players. He's actually the reason why we have this boost tournament. So getting a nod from him on both sides is a very, very high compliment, and both teams should take that in high regard. The ball is in play currently. The red team managing to get it onto the blue team side, but the blue team manages to contest that, sending it over, but the red's still ready to receive. There is a lot of glass protection right there, not allowing it to go back into the net, but it does seem like the name of this game is definitely defensive stops, because both teams are offensively good offensive juggernauts right there, because they're managing to hang together. King Edward setting the tone in the previous round, but it does seem like Usman is doing a very good parody of trying to keep the ball in. It is both even. We're going into the 1 minute mark with both teams on even. This is going to go down to the wire. We might even get to see an overtime. There is a good play right there from the red team, managing to keep the ball off the glass right there, but there is a chance for the blue team to get onto the goal, but it is a demolition play, and it is about 2 players left, but now it is up in no man's land. Let's see who receives the ball. It is the blue team managing to get it off. They do get a chance there with a bit of a mistake from the red team, but the blue team manages to get a bit of a pressure play right there, bouncing it off by the red team, ready to receive right there.
And it seems we are nearly 30 seconds left. That's a good setup, but Red's defense was just a little too good. They were ready, and they came prepared. Now it seems Red is trying to get it over to Blue's side, trying to score a goal. We are still tied with 20 seconds remaining. We might get to see some overtime here. And it seems the ball has been launched to the opposite side of the field yet again. This ball is really just being bounced around, ping pong, back and forth. 10 seconds left. We might see overtime, considering the scores are still tied at the moment.
If there's one thing I can say, Usman has proved that the Kings can bleed, and anyone is mortal. It is going into overtime stretch now. Remember, the only thing that matters is the next goal. If you set the goal, you are the victor of this round, and it has been a beautiful round to watch. It has been a good class in terms of both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. Both these teams are neck and neck, but that might have been a side of a mistake there, but they do recover. Fortunately, the angles allow them to get off the glass, but any mistake can cost them the match right now. The ball is in favor of the red team being King Edwards, Osman being on blue. Both teams clearly not showing who is the favorite right now. Both teams doing as best as they can. The ball is being received. We could go another 5 minutes without a single goal, because they managed to just make it a full 5 minutes without just scoring only 1-1 on both sides. There is a lot of cluster there, a lot of pressure on both teams. There might be a bit of mistakes as the fatigue sets in, because there's a lot of decision making they have to make.
It definitely seems both teams are evenly matched. This is definitely 100% a back and forth. It's anyone's game at this point. Either team could still win. We are almost a minute into overtime, which is insane that they have not scored anything in so long. It just shows how evenly matched both teams are.
This is the type of match you want to see in your finals, but seeing it in the quarterfinals is a treat for everybody. Everybody watching on YouTube and watching live on the stage. It is incredible to see this level of play, especially at this age. That both teams are doing quite well. I don't know who's going to be leaning to the favorites. I did have a bit of an understanding that the Kings were doing well, but Osman is just there defensively stopping, cleaning off the glass, getting ready to receive. Both teams are going off on a back and forth. The ping pong match hasn't been set. This is the type of thing that you want to see when you're in Rocket League. Definitely.
Yes, this is definitely the type of match you want to see in Rocket League. And that was so close, but the red team's defense was just too good. As I've said, these teams are just so evenly matched. We might secure an overtime for up to 5 minutes, it could even be. But we'll have to see who manages to score the next goal. Remember, the next team to score a goal will take the win. We are currently 2 minutes and 5 seconds into overtime.
It seems like this is gonna become a war of attrition. Let's see who has the mental capability of keeping going against this fatigue. We have Yaku right here managing to even join us.
And this is an amazingly long match. I'm giving the casters a bit of a break on their voices. We are in overtime, 2 minutes and 20 seconds into overtime already. Both these teams are incredibly well matched at the moment, keeping the ball. Every time they get the ball, they try and keep it out of their sides. And I can see that there's a lot of airplay being applied to keep it off the glass as well. The ball does go high. The red team does have a little bit of control, but the blue team manages to get that score. Oosmoed getting the ball in, and here in overtime. What an exceptional match, Pacific.
That was definitely exceptional. That was just pure football. I mean, pure car soccer at its finest. It's not a knock on any team. They just were too good at each other that one person just had to make a mistake, and that they managed to capitalize on that. But that was beautiful. Back to you, Ryan.
Thank you so much, Pacific. Well done to both teams. What a match. Again, this is why I love Rocket League. I don't play it myself, but I love to watch it and commentate it. It is such an amazing game. The skill and how the science and maths and the coding behind it works for the physics and how the players learn how to do it is just amazing. It's a phenomenal esports title to learn. But with that being said, we will be moving on to the next round of the quarterfinals, match number 4. Iva on red versus Bryanston High on blue. Please remember, just bring up only your controllers, no phones, no bags. That is Iva on red, Bryanston High on blue. Please make your way to the stage. Your setting time starts now. You have until 58 past to get your settings sorted. Again, if you need your phones for your settings, please bring them to the stage, but then hand them to your coach before the match starts. All right, you guys have a couple more minutes just to get your settings sorted. About 3 to 4 minutes. All right. I'm going to do something. I'm going to just quickly make my way off the stage. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk here amongst the crowd. I'm going to come over here to Crawford Rames's coach. And I'm going to say, how are we feeling about Rocket League today?
So the juniors won. Let's see if we can do a losers bracket run and show some skill.
I'm looking forward to see every team here today. Like I said, Rocket League is a tournament and a game that is very entertaining to watch and is one of the best in my opinion. Sir, I saw you stand up earlier. What's your name, sir?
Dennis.
Hello, Dennis. And who are you supporting here today, Dennis?
Son is here. Grandson.
Your grandson, is he playing for Iva? All right, good to know, good to know. I like to keep track of these sort of things throughout the day, ladies and gentlemen. If you can hear me around the RGB Gaming stand, we are doing a Rocket League Boost Cup tournament. Please come and support these kids here that are playing. It is a high school tournament. We have our lovely partners, Edgivos here. If you want to learn more about higher education, esports, video game development, all of that lovely stuff. We also have our prize sponsors, EveTech, if you want to upgrade your gaming rig, or you just want to come play a little bit on our racing rig over there on the left-hand side. We have other partners at the NAG stand. Please be sure to check them out when you have a chance. All right, players, you've got about a minute and a half left to get your settings sorted. Now, the reason why I have to go quiet there for a second is so that I don't blow out everybody's ears with the microphone as I walk in front of the speaker to get back on stage. But players, start wrapping up your settings shortly. All right, we are having technical issues with one player's controller. Can the coach of Iva just quickly come and collect the phones from the stage? Thank you. All right, looks like we got Bryanston High is ready. We're just trying to sort out the one controller issue here. Again, apologies. I'm also just helping out on stage a bit here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Michael. All right. Bryanston, how are we feeling today? Do you think you're going to take it?
Top 3 at most. I feel like top 3. The podium position.
All right, Bryanston feels like they're going to get podium today. That's the attitude I like to see. Aiming for the top. I know you guys have been practicing very well. Again, we did have a controller issue here on the right-hand side for Ivor, so we're just going to give them a chance to let them change their settings quickly, get everything sorted. They've got about an extra minute to do so. All right. Again, reminder, ladies and gentlemen, that from match 5 and 6, it will be a best of 3 to give the players their best shot at staying in the tournament moving forward. Whoever loses in these 2 will unfortunately be knocked out of the tournament entirely today. All right, we will get started in about 20 seconds. He's just wrapping up his settings there on that side. And then I will hand over to our lovely casters in the back. As Yaku said, we did go into overtime in the last game. It was quite a game there. Both teams really giving it their all. I could hear the crowd every time they missed that goal during that overtime with the O's. It's always good to hear. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, variations thereupon, we will get started now. The last player is just logging in to the correct match. Once he's signed in, we will immediately run into the 4th match here, to the 2nd match of the quarterfinals. Apologies about that. All sorted. All right, casters in the back, you can take us away for the 4th match, the 2nd match of the quarterfinals.
And we are going to be starting soon. And we're off. Both teams heading for the ball. It goes up into the center, kind of going in no one's direction, but it's on red side of the course right now. Now heading over to blue side. I think this is going to be another ping pong match, back and forth, either side of the court being utilized for majority of the match. But it is now back onto the red side of the court. Both teams seem to be playing rather aggressively, trying to get a goal, definitely putting each other's skills up to the test.
That is definitely a very, very interesting game. Both teams are showing a very good stopping power right there, managing to get a good grasp of the ball, going up for the aerial play right now, dribbling, managing to try and set up the space they have, but that was a good challenge there from the blue team. Blue team is getting ready to reset, trying to get the ball, crossing it off the post, getting it onto this side, but it is a very good clear. Going on to the blue team side, the blue team on the offensive, on defensive, but red team ready to pounce. Oh, boom goes Dynamite, making it a 3-2 deficit. Now down by 1 defender. They are trying to get back, but they manage to cover the ball. The ball is being contested as best as they can. The ball is getting flipped off onto the side, but managing to clip the ball out of the air. The blue team tries to get the ball, tries to clear it onto the red team side, but the red team manages to clear the ball back onto the blue team.
I think this game's showing quite the back and forth currently. It's not really on either side. Neither team has scored a goal yet. We are nearly a minute and a half in, and that just hit the post. Barely just missing. The defense on red side is absolutely impeccable, but it seems both teams are able to switch between defense and offense quite easily and quite, like, it's almost a natural thing, their switches. It's brilliant to see such level of skill.
It is fun to see this level of skill. The team on the down dribble, getting ready to set up a click, but gets off onto the corner, trying to set up in there, but a good contest right there. The ball is still in 50-50, but it does go in favor of the blue team. Blue team has a bit of control right now, but the red team managed to get back. Good contest there, great clearance right there. That was a good challenge, but we do have our resident here. How do you feel about the game so far?
It's looking really good. Both these teams are super skilled.
They are definitely super skilled. Remember, if Merrick says you're good, you're doing quite well. The ball is in the air, 50-50 chance right now. The ball is now in favor of the red team. Red team managed to receive, but the clearance goes in favor of the blue team. Blue team managing to get to the corner. There is a big contest there, good challenge there, but the red team comes off as the victor. Managing to drive the ball, trying to get a flip reset right there, managing to get the ball straight up into the air. Bounces off the side, getting ready for a crossplay, but the ball is in control of the blue team. Blue team being Bryanston High right now, and either on red, it is going to be 0-0. It is quite lovely to see, like, with the lack of goals, they are still doing quite well. Good setup right there, but the ball gets wiped off the blue. Blue has a good set there, manages to bounce over, but the red team ready to receive, and goes to the foul.
And we have our first score going to going to the blue team. Well done to the blue team on getting the first goal. And it seems there happens to be a kickoff goal. Well done, evening out the score. It's currently 1-1, 2 minutes, 12 seconds remaining.
That was, if you go high, I will go low and score too. And it is a good pass into there. That was a good interception right there, managing to get the ball off. It was first touch in favor of blue, but red managing to push over. That was a good receive, bounce, double tap into the post right there, and then slid into goal. And we're about to get, who's gonna get first touch? It is now currently ball in 50-50, but it is in blue team's territory. Red team ready, trying to receive the ball, sending up into the air. Good challenge contest right there, but red skips over it, managing to mess it up a bit, but the red managing to recover, but the blue has the ball, managing to send it into the red team side of the pitch. Back with Yaku.
So both these teams playing both offensively and defensively at the same time. The blue team currently in control. It is at the red goal. Iva does manage to clear that off. Bryanston over on the far side, going to bring that back right up on the glass. But it is the team of Iva putting it back into the blue side. There's danger here for the blue team unless they can get it away. Blue is still in control of that ball at the moment, getting it out of their own side, but Iva busy lining it up for that goal. A shot coming in, but blue player keeping it off. And both these teams are attacking and defending with the ball being very close to the Iva goal. Blue team lining it up now for a crossover, but the Iva player in control at the top of the net, pushing it back on at the attack by the blue players from Bryanston. Are they going to bring this into the net, or will Iva be able to get it out of that dangerous situation? And they managed to do so.
With 1 minute remaining, it is in favor of Iva right now, being on the board with 2 points, but that was a good contest right there. The ball is still in 50-50, but it's still in 50-50. Both teams are getting ready to see who gets first touch on that. It does go to the blue team trying to set it off, but the red team ready to receive on the defensive end of the ball.
And it seems we have about 40 seconds left. Red team up by 1 point. It is currently 2-1, and both teams are on the red side. Blue desperately trying to get a score, maybe even it out, but now it seems we are going back to the blue side of the field. Red trying to get yet another goal.
Red is currently playing with house money. They do have a 1 goal cushion on top. It is up to the blue team to try and score, making it an even match right now, but it is going to be quite difficult because red has managed to receive the ball. A good stoppage right there. They had a chance to send the ball from the other half of the pitch, but they get that swing through. The blue team trying to get the flip pass right there, bounces off the air, trying to keep the ball straight up into the air. Do they get a shot? Managing to get it off, and they clip it, but the red team with a good defensive stop right there. There's about 2 seconds left. Bounces off the glass, trying to keep the ball in there, trying to save the ball as best they can, but the red team manages to bounce it off the ground, and it is in favor of Iva. And Merrick, how did you feel about that game?
Oh, what a game. That was such a good game.
What would you suggest to anyone watching this game to account for when it comes to Iva's offensive stopping right there?
Go for demos.
Definitely go for demos. Back to you, Ryan.
Thank you so much, Pacific. All right. Well done to Iva for securing their spot in the semi-final. But for now, we are going to move to match number 5. Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, this is a best of 3 for these next 2 rounds. So, with that being said, can we please get Saint Stidius on red? And can we get Crawford Ramesach on blue? I'm going to give you both about 4 minutes to get your settings sorted. Please just own controller on stage. If you need your phone to change your settings, do so. But then give your phone to your coach. All right, we'll start the match at 10 past. So you've got about 4 minutes to get your settings sorted, get your controllers plugged in, and let's get started. Also to everybody who can hear my voice, we're here with our partners in higher education, Edgyboss. If you'd like to learn more about esports, gaming, or game development, go have a chat with them, learn more about the industry and what it takes. We also have a prize sponsors, Eve Tech, if you'd like to build a new computer or upgrade your rig. This week, myself, I personally bought a computer from Eve Tech, upgraded a computer that I'd been using for a long time with them. They're great at what they do. We also have other partners at the NAG stand. We have Diva, we have some education and a bunch of other stuff there. So by all means, please go take a look if you have the chance. All right. Again, we're getting the players ready. Reminder that this is a best of 3. The players have just under 3 minutes left to get everything sorted out. Reminder to not change the color or the decals of your car, please, as we'd like to just try our best to give the casters the best chance to keep track of who is who. As soon as we are ready, we've got about a minute and a half left. Please go into the join the private game lobby and click the bottom one. No, the bottom one. All right. Players, please get into the match lobby if you're done. Remember to click the bottom one of the 2 on our network.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, also just a bit of a call out for those of you who are starting to get hungry and wanting something to eat. We will have about a half an hour break before the semi-final start. So if you want to plan that way, then please plan it accordingly so that you can grab something to eat and drink. But this game is going to be underway. I'm going to hand over to the casters. Casters, over to you.
We will be restarting really quickly. There was a bit of a false start, but we will be getting back to the action real quickly.
All right, we will be restarting as one of the players accidentally jumped into the side. You just have to sit in the lobby, please. All right, you guys can join the new lobby. All right. And with that reminder, it's a best of 3 here for the quarterfinals. Losers bracket match 5 and 6. After match 6, we will be taking a half an hour break where you can get something to eat and then make sure that you are back in time for the semi-finals. All right, looks like all the players are in. You guys can pick your sides and we'll get the match started. Casters, over to you.
And we're about to begin. We do have a battle of the Reds. We have the Saints versus Crawford. It's going to be quite interesting seeing how this plays out. First touch goes in favor of the blue team. Blue team managing to send it up into the air. Do they get a good pass right there? It was a bit of a mistake, but they managed to guide it back in, and that was a beautiful goal for the blue team. That was in favor of Crawford.
That was extremely impressive, getting the first goal within 5 seconds. That was very well played. Well done, blue team. And we are now on to the rest of the match. And we are off. It seems Red was the first to make contact with the ball, somewhat pushing it to Red's side of the field because Blue was just in there, able to redirect it. Red definitely playing on the defense while Blue is trying to get a goal. Red picking up their defense, ready to defend, ready to try and prevent a goal. However, Blue manages to wiggle it in there and get their second goal. Well done.
That was just nothing but net, not even touching the backboard right there, just going straight up and going back straight in. Now we're going to keep going. And we're going off with Crawford running the lead right now. The ball going up into the blue team side. The blue team trying to get the ball. The ball is currently being contested by both teams. The blue teams are sending up the ball as best they can, sending it up straight to the paint. But it is still in no man's land, or rather the center itself. Unless you get the first touch. First touch goes in favor of the blue. Blue getting ready to set up with the flick right there, but the red ready to receive, sending the ball back to the court, but manages to get bounced off the corner of the backboard, and it is up in the air for both teams. It is showing that the red team is taking or locking down better on the defensive end, and they're trying to get the ball onto the offensive side. Managed to get a flip reset right there. That was a beautiful stop, and they get a chance to receive the ball. The ball being bounced back, passed back into them, and we are going to just hand it over to you.
And it seems that both teams are flipping the balls back and forth. And there was a demolition there. Blue team trying to score, but Red ready with the defense. Another demolition. Going for those demolitions to try and get the ball in. Very understandable, very smart play. And it seems Blue is still trying to get that third goal, but Red is ready with their defense. Blue trying yet again for that third goal. Second Blue player trying to guide it in after the Red's defense, but just barely misses. And another miss off the post. Just so close. There are so many times now there's been such a close goal, but Red's defense has been good, or either Blue has just missed by a bit of an angle. They're playing extremely well for both teams.
They're doing quite well. I just wanted to ask Merrick a question. In terms of when you're ever in a situation where you are in a 2-goal deficit, what would you advise the players to do to kind of overcome that?
Go for bumps and counter attack on whatever the enemy is doing wrong. So if they make a mistake, capitalize on that, counter attack.
Definitely the best advice that you can get from one of the best players that we know around us. That was almost a good goal, but hits off the post. But a good opportunity for the team to reset, but it does seem the control is in favor of the Red team. Red team trying the best to defend, but they get the ball stripped away, and it was just a straight-up goal. How do you feel about that one, Merrick?
That was a nice goal.
Definitely wise words from Merrick. Man, a few words, but very, very intentional with what he says.
And we are off. Blue team managing to hit the ball first. However, it seems to get ricocheted by the Red team over onto the Blue side. Blue now setting up for defense, trying to get the ball away from their side of the field. Red ready to come in with the offense, trying to keep it that side. However, it is now moved over to the Red side of the field, with Blue managing to score another beautiful clean goal. It is currently 0-4, 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining.
That was not the best of clears, managing to set it up in favor of the Blue team. That was obviously a mistake, but it was in favor of Blue. Blue did quite a good job, but we have a special guest, a host right here, Raku, giving you over for a second.
So with just over 2 minutes to go, both these teams are fighting hard, but it is the Blue team scoring another goal, score being 5-0 at the moment for Crawford with just over 2 minutes on the clock to go. That was a brilliant slice off the side as the ball came off the glass. It's quite difficult to stop a team once they get the ball into the air, and they're especially good at airplay. I can see both these teams have practiced their airplay quite hard. Blue team bouncing it off the top bar there, but now the Red team pushing back on the Blue side. Can they keep this under control? Can the Blue side bring it back to the Red side over here? It is Crawford now back on the attack. They are pushing for that goal, but great defense there by a Red player. Second follow-up, and the goal is in on 6-0 with just over 1 minute and 40 seconds to go.
That was just nothing but net right there, not even bounced off the crossbar, just slightly grazing it over. Nice rainbow shot right there. It is about 1 minute and 43 seconds left in favor of Crawford on 6. First touch does go to both teams, but it does land on the Red team side. Crawford managing to get the ball onto that side, and Juice with a beautiful clear into goal right there. Merrick, how do you feel about that one?
That was quite a crazy kickoff goal.
Definitely quite crazy. How do you feel about that one too, Jackie?
So I think it's quite good. There is still 1 minute and 40 seconds to go, and we haven't had a mercy match today yet as well. So for the parents that are out there and are not familiar with the rules, if we get to 10-0, there will be a mercy called. So we have not had one of those. Let's hope this one doesn't get to it as the Red team attacks that goal, and it just goes to the right side of the goal. The Blue team does seem to have it under control, but the Red player is not letting down. Then there was a very, very good opportunity for the Red team there. Blue team bouncing it back now, getting it back into the Red team half, but the Red players are now being relentless. They do not want to see this game with 0 on the board at the moment, so fighting back relentlessly. Blue players attacking Red, keeping that onto the glass Pacific.
Yes, it is definitely a very difficult thing to see a mercy, but it is a true badge of honor to get that, because it just shows that you've managed to have all engines clicking, and it shows that you guys have really practiced. So getting a mercy, it does feel sad, but also at the same time, it is a true testament to the amount of effort and time it took into getting good at this game. Both teams are trying to get to the pace, but the Blue team is trying to push as best they can. Now currently defending as best as they can, but now the Blue team getting ready to set off, bounces off to the corner of the side, ready to receive it back in, but demolition stops any progression there. They do sign the ball, but the ball is now in control of the Red team. With 30 seconds left, how do you feel about this situation?
I think this is quite an intense match. Blue team's definitely trying to get another goal on the board, while red team does not want this match to end with them with 0 points. They want at least 1 goal. They are trying their best. Blue team, though, is defending very well. Red team is defending as well. With about 10 seconds left, it is on the red side, and blue manages to score their 8th goal just in the nick of time. 6 seconds remaining on the clock. Red team, you could still get at least 1 goal on the board.
That was a very unintentional setup, but if it was from the blue team sending it to themselves, that would have been a very beautiful goal. But that is the point of this game. You cannot figure out everything as you go. Sometimes your opponents will be your best allies in some of the situations. You have about 1 second left, but trying to reset the dribble, but it is now in favor of Crawford winning this one.
And like
Eric,
we said, ladies and gentlemen, we will be doing a best of 3, so we will be running straight into the next match as we speak. Back to you, casters.
Merrick, what would you suggest for St. Stadians to do to try and improve or to stop the bleeding in going into the next round?
Play more aggressive, go for bumps, turn up the aggression.
Definitely turn up the aggression with that one. This was a very aggressive play, but it was quite interesting to see the clear clinical defensive plays and the defensive stops. Not lacking on either side when it comes to the Crawford side. Crawford doing both good jobs on clearing the glass and going for goal.
And we are off ball, immediately heading over onto the red side of the field. Blue ready to try and get a score. However, it gets redirected over to the blue side of the field. And back to red again. This ball is all over the place in the center. However, blue is definitely determined to get a goal. Red trying their best to defend, ready to defend, it seems. And they are just trying their best right now. They do not want to lose this match. Remember, it is a best of 3. If red wins this one, we move on to the next round.
And it does seem like Saints is putting up the pressure now. We're heading over towards that blue goal, but of course it is Ramsey that cuts off that goal. It does seem that to me that Saints is putting on a little bit more aggression here. Blue still in control of the ball. It is on the red side now. Will Saints be able to pull that back? Crawford setting it up here for an aerial play. Is there a cross player available? No, there's not. And Saints push it back onto the blue side. There is control on the blue ball at the moment as the ball heads towards the blue goal. There's a little bit of a flip going on there, some aerial play. As we mentioned today, we've seen a lot of aerial play happening. There you can see both the red and the blue team aerial playing on that ball, keeping it outside of the goal, across those side beams and off the glass. And the blue team now pushing hard, but oh, a very, very close shot there. Twice on the same goal. The blue players now attacking aggressively. It is the team of Ramsey pushing it into the red side there, with Saints now being very, very defensive, making sure that it stays outside of their goal area, but it is a blue goal.
Yes, Crawford takes the lead with that one, but it is quite interesting to see how they've, St. Stadians managed to adapt to them, managing to stop the bleeding right there. They did let 1 goal in, but it is shown that they have tightened up aggressively on the defensive side.
I think you can definitely see that, considering we are nearly 2 minutes down and only 1 goal has been scored so far. I think red team has definitely tightened up their defenses, started playing a little bit more aggressively. They definitely want to see if they can take this win.
The blue team currently known as Crawford with a bit of a cushion with 1 goal in the lead, but they do have 2 minutes and 51 seconds. It is a difference between the previous game, but they managed to just snake that goal in with a good aerial assault right there. They're getting ready to move on to the next play, but it is up to St. Stadians to try and stop the bleeding with this one. But they did have done quite a good job. They did let that one slip in. The previous goal was offensively a very gifted goal right there, but I do think that St. Stadians are still in the game with this one with about 2 minutes and 46 seconds left.
And we are off. It is on the red side of the board, and now over onto the blue side of the field, where red is definitely trying to take control of the ball. Blue, however, defending, trying to make sure that red does not stay in control of that ball. Red in the air currently, trying to direct it over to the blue goal. However, blue intercepts and manages to redirect it towards the center, back over to the red side goal.
Blue fully committing to the offensive play right there. That was a beautiful pass into an aerial shot at goal. The blue team showing that they have both the skies and the ground on lock. That was a good flip reset into a good assist, and that was a beautiful goal off nothing but net right there. It is going to be 3 at 2 minutes and 13 seconds in favor of the blue team, which is Crawford. Crawford doing quite well right now, managing to take control of the series. They are still in the lead, but there is an option for the the red team to get at least 3 points on the board to make it into a proper series where they have a chance to go into the next round. But it could be the end for them right there if they do not get on the defensive side of the ball and stop the bleeding on the goals there. But they also not only have to get on the defensive side, they have to be aggressively attacking more. But when it comes to both sides, it does seem like the blue team is doing quite well there. They're playing with a bit of house money there, and the goal just get guided. A bit of a lapse of judgment there when it came to the defense. I think there was a bit of poor communication, definitely, but they managed to take advantage and they managed to score. That was a good setup for a back pass, but it was a bit overshoot and it went into a goal. Merrick, how do you feel about the current situation now? Do you think that the confidence is a bit shaken on the one side?
I mean, we're seeing an own goal there. That's unfortunate. We're seeing a very different game here to the last game. I think Saints turned it up a little bit, but it seems Randshow are finding their feet again.
Do you think it's a bit slower than it was in the previous game, though?
A lot slower.
Definitely, I do feel the same. How do you feel about the game so far?
No, I think I can agree with both of you. It does seem like it is a bit slower, but red team is definitely trying to amp up their plays. Unfortunately, blue team manages to score a goal there again. Well done, but unfortunate for the red team.
That was a good assist off the glass into a flip goal right there. That is something that it takes a lot of practice. That's not something you can just easily do on your first try, right?
Agreed.
That is a testament to how much these teams have practiced. Definitely one team has done quite well, but we are going to admit that both teams have gone in defensively because there was a lot of goals and opportunity, but sometimes you let things slip through. But there is a lot happening. Going off onto the post play right there, but they bounced it off the glass. Red team trying to defend, but they managed to overshoot it there. It gives a chance for the blue team to get up, set up for a pinch off the ground. Managing to set up, does elbow skip right there, but it doesn't connect into a goal or an opportunity at glass. But they managed to get through, and it is a bit off on the shot.
And we have 1 minute remaining. Blue is playing extremely aggressively, trying to go for another goal, and they managed to guide it in to get 7 points on the board.
That was a pure offensive play right there, just denying the offensive glass or the rebound, and then the best trying to do the defensive stop right there with the red, but it was not enough to negate with the opportunity that was set up for the blue.
And we are off. It is headed over to the blue side of the field. Blue definitely going to be on the defensive now as red tries to come in, trying to score a goal. Barely missed. Blue's defense was good, but that was so close. That was the closest red has come to scoring a goal, but unfortunately it opens up an opportunity for blue to take the ball and score yet another goal. The score is currently 8-0, 37 seconds remaining.
I do love the offensive nature that was going on red, but unfortunately, because they committed too much on the offensive side, there was no one there to distract or deny any opportunity at goal there. So it was a bit of an open goal type situation there, but it is quite good to see managing to dribble off the glass. They're getting ready for a pinch maneuver there. The red team ready to receive, but then it goes in favor of the blue, ready to guide it in, trying to set it in, and it's an open net for blue, managing to get into 0-9. Remember, it is going to be the mercy rules. If the blue manages to score in the next 24 seconds, they do trigger mercy, making them the clear-cut victors of this match.
And we are off. The ball is onto the red side of the field. Red ready to defend, but unfortunately overshoots it. Blue definitely wanting to get this mercy score, and they managed to do it with 10-0. The rules of mercy will now apply, and Crawford takes the win and the set.
Back to you, Ryan.
Thank you so much, Pacific. All right, yes, the mercy rule is going to go into effect for that one. Crawford Ramsach taking the win. Well done to Saint Students for putting up a fight. You did very well. But we will now be moving on to the last round before lunch, round number 6. Both teams giving it their all. It was quite intense there for a bit. Players, if you could please make your way off stage. Be safe as you do so.
Well done. Crawford did really good job in the previous match, shaking off their previous loss against Ivor. So they are getting ready. They're getting ready to meet. And hopefully their goal is to now try and run it back with Ivor. But there is a lot of teams waiting in the wings. The winner of this match will go off to fight Crawford in match 8.
All right, can we get King Edward on red, please, and Bryanston High on blue? All right, this is going to be quite a showdown, ladies and gentlemen. At about 33 past, just after half past, we'll get started. Going to give the players a moment to get their settings ready and get everything sorted. Just a reminder that after this match, I will announce that there is a half-an-hour lunch. I'll let you know what time you guys should come back for so that we can get ready with the semi-finals and the finals. This is going to be quite an interesting set of matches here, but let's see who's going to secure their place for match number 8. All right. If you can hear my voice right now and you're here at the Randshow 2026, we are doing a Boost Cup Rocket League high school tournament here with our lovely partners in higher education and education, Edubos. If you'd like to learn more about gaming, esports, or just gaming development, please go give them a quick shout out. And then also please come and see Eve Tech if you want to update your computers. I did that recently this week. You can come and check them out as well and hear what it takes to upgrade your rig. We also have a couple of other partners at the NAG stand. Be sure to go check out Diva, some Minecraft education, Honor, and Deco Fern. Those are our big ones for today. We're also doing a Deco Fern shout out. Before we let you go for lunch, we'll put the QR code on screen again for you to enter the competition to win a fully furnished gaming room up to the value of 15,000 Rand. All right. There you go. That's a lovely little graphic that's up on screen there. If you'd like to enter, you can scan the QR code, fill in the details, and you can win a furnished gaming room up to the value of 15,000 Rand. I'm going to leave that on screen for about 2 more minutes while the players get their settings sorted. Be sure to enter, follow all the instructions, and then we will draw the winner today at 4 o'clock. All right, looks like King Edward's just about ready there. One of the players just getting their settings done. Remember, as soon as you are done, please get in the lobby so that the production team in the back can know that you're ready so we can start the match as soon as possible. Bryanston looks like they're ready on this side. I'm going to move over here to King Edward. Don't go into your teams, just get into the lobby. Waiting on one more player. He's got about a minute 30 left. All right. Don't forget to enter this competition. You will have a couple of more moments throughout the day to scan the QR code and enter. All right. All right, we're just sorting out a controller issue here in the front. I know we're all excited for lunch, just giving the player a chance. Just sorting out a cable here. Again, we do allow players to bring their own controllers from home. We obviously update the computers before tournaments, make sure that it's up to date with the latest software. But if you are bringing a controller from home, please plug it in and ensure that your controllers are also updated before you bring it in, because sometimes it does conflict with the updated software that we have on stage. All right.
Mind awake, body asleep. 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 Mind awake, body asleep.
All right, we're just sorting out this issue. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen.
Body asleep, mind awake, body asleep, mind awake, body asleep.
All right. Again, as we all know, I'm sure we're all used to it. We use technology every day, and it's quite unreliable. You can test things as much as you like, but the moment you need to show it off, it gives you issues. All right. The controller is working. We will now get started with the match as soon as the player's in. This is the last match of the quarterfinals just before lunch. And then we will go into the semifinals and finals thereafter. All right, players, please select your sides. And over to you in the back. Let's get ready.
Welcome back, and we definitely want to see if you're in the sky dribbling, clip their wings, knock them out with demolition, do your best to take on the victory, take on the challenge, destroy everything you can. I'm just so hyped right now. Let's go.
And we are off. It is on the red side. Blue trying to set up for a goal, but defense on the red team just seems to be a little bit too good. Red team coming in from the side, coming in from behind, trying to score that goal, but Blue was there just in time to stop it with a good defense. And that bounces just off the side, unable to go in. But Blue is defending solidly. Their defense currently is insane. They definitely are working as a team. Red trying their best. This could be anyone's game at this point. They both seem to be switching between defensive and offensive quite fluidly. They both seem to be playing quite aggressively, but very well in both teams. It's insane to watch.
It is definitely insane to watch. There is a lot happening right now. A lot of aerial plays, a lot of bit of dancing on the air. They manage to get past the first defender, but then the next one manages to get the ball, clipping it away for any opportunity. And demolition is in the flavor of tonight's dinners. Both teams are pushing the pace, and we have our special guest host, Yaku, giving us a bit more commentary.
Well, actually, I want to say very little about the game at the moment. I want to just call your attention to how beautiful this map is. It is one of my favorites, the underwater or the ocean map. But the ball is currently on the red side with blue team defending very, very well, trying to keep it out there. The red team coming in, bouncing it off the wall, and now heading back towards the blue side. They are setting it up. It is going to be close, but it does roll off the side, comes off the cuff. Again, it's blind up if there's a cross player available, but the ball goes wide, and now the blue team will try and push that back over to the red side. Again, I wasn't planning on commentating because this is just such a beautiful map to watch.
Thank you for that one. Even though the intention didn't happen, it was a very beautiful words from our resident Rivals player, Yaku. There is a lot to happen, trying to set up a double rotation, and it does not work out, giving Red a chance to recover from that and sending the ball. The ball is currently 50-50. Let's see who manages to get contest, but it's in the blue side. Manages to get to receive the ball, sends it up straight down, and it's a good cross into a pass from an aerial play, and it is in favor of the red team. Kings managed to make it one, managing to set up the goal, and it was beautiful play right there. But it took about it reaching to the 2-minute and 57 mark to get through, so it is still a game, definitely.
No, it is still anyone's game at this point. There's still 2 minutes, 55 seconds remaining. Anyone can still take the win. It seems the ball is moving over onto the blue side of the court. However, staying on the red because blue managed to defend. And they're going for the goal, but red is ready to defend there, kicking it away from the goal. Blue still trying to get it in, and they managed to even the score 1-1 with 2 minutes, 37 seconds remaining.
When all are even with points on the board, that's when you know you got a game. Definitely a good setup right there. That was just slided in. Anything could have happened in that situation. If the red team was a bit faster, they could have stopped it, but blue was just there at the right time and right place just to get that into the goal. The ball is being sent onto the blue team's side. Blue team managed to bounce pass, trying to clear it over, but the red has something else to say. Bouncing it off the backboard, trying to get a double tap, and it's a beautiful goal off the double tap set up by the red team. That was just nothing but pure gameplay right there. That was just beautiful. Good stop pass there, bouncing off the glass, catching it, and then sending it over. There was not much the blue can do. They tried their best to be there. They were in the correct place, but they were just a bit off on the time. And we're about to begin. The red team trying to push the pace, trying to make sure they lead, managing to set it in, and it was just a kickoff goal from there. The red team trying to put the foot on the gas, trying to make some more separation as best as they can, and successfully doing that. That was just a beautiful swat there. Managed to juke the one defender, passing straight through and getting a nice shot there.
No, that was absolutely insane. That was impressive and very well played. The score is currently 3-1, and we are off, sending the ball over to the red side. Blue is ready to try and get another goal, get another score, catch up to the red team perhaps. It is 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. It is still anyone's game. This is more than enough time for blue team to catch up, even take over.
Yes, the blue has the ball currently, but red does disrupt. Red is trying to push as best as they can. Even though they are currently in the lead, their lead is not totally secure. They have to keep pushing the pace. Good defensive stop right there, but it was not enough. Managing to catch the rebound on the offensive side of the glass and then setting it in for a beautiful goal.
There was just somebody ready there on the red team to follow it up and get that ball into the goal. Well done, well played. That shows good team positioning, good team planning. And we are off. Ball already heading onto the blue team side of the court. Red heading back to get some boost, trying to defend, getting ready for their play, whatever their play may be. Blue is currently in control of the ball, but red takes it away.
The ball is in currently 50-50, but it goes in favor of blue. Blue has a good opportunity there, but red ready to receive with a block. They're both committing on defense. That's what you kind of want to see. But the ball is still on red's territory. They are playing with house money right now, currently in the lead. But it is an opportunity that we have seen Bryanston do quite well. They can have an opportunity to get about 3 points on the board. But red currently with the 3-point cushion in front of them right now have a good chance to take the first set of the series. There is a lot to leave in the line right now. The ball being bounced off. Red ready to receive and just guides it straight through. They had an opportunity right there, but the red team managing to put it a bit more close to the ball and ready to receive that play right there. That was quite well timed and positioned. That if the blue team just managed to just get a few or just jump off a few seconds earlier, they could have just deflected the ball, hitting it off on top of the glass. But it is red in the lead right now, being the kings instead. And that was a bounce pass. That was just a very clear goal right there. That was off goal, managing to set up for a nice own goal right there. Just look at that. Guided off, bounce it in rebound, and unintentionally backing it up into goal, giving it a chance or giving it a chance to the blue team to try and make it an even score.
Blue team could still catch up. We still have a minute to go. Anything can happen. And the red team manages to score yet another goal. Well done. It is currently 6-2, 1 minute, 3 seconds remaining.
Remember, if you make a mistake, a goal clears you off on that one, and they manage to get onto 6. This is a lot going on. The ball gets onto the red team side, but the red team offensively trying to push the pace. Does skip over the chance right there. Ball in control of the blue team. Blue team tries to bounce off the loss, but the red team gets the rebound there, manages to bounce it off the crossbar into a defensive stop. That was pure either skill or luck right there. You can't really tell the difference. That's when you know you're doing quite well. And it is a chance for both teams to get set up the ball. Ball being bounced off onto the red team's, off to the blue team side of the pitch. They do have a good chance to setting up aeroplane. Manages to jig it over. It was a rainbow flick on top of the defensive, and the ball just gets guided in to make it 7 at the 30-second mark.
It's currently 7-2 at 37 seconds remaining. We will have to see how this is going to play out. And we are off. Blue team already guiding it in, but red managing to defend. Stopping it at the last second with a really good defense. Blue definitely playing more on the offensive, trying to at least get one more score on the board. With the aerial plays currently coming in, many of them, red trying to get another goal, but just overshooting a little too high, but they still manage to score. Red now 8-2 with 14 seconds remaining.
Red, it looked like they had a bit of PTSD right there when blue tried to get the off goal from the start, but it does seem like red is trying to play like the rent is due, and they're also coming in to collect. The ball is in the red team side, giving them a chance to set up for the next play. Blue team trying to get back on defense, but it is a bounce back pass, double tap into the goal off the side post. Red trying their best as hand, trying to earn the badge of honor, trying to trigger mercy, but they have 8 seconds left. But blue managing to do a good offensive plays right there, managing to get 2 points on the board, making it a very good situation for them, not getting a clean sheet against them. Blue tries to set up the play for trying to get the ball on. Red trying its best to get into mercy, clearly going to win this set, but they are trying their best and bounces off the glass. Red catches reset, but they also committed to try and score another goal, but it is in favor of King Edwards. The first set goes to them.
Well done to both teams again. We're going to run it straight into the next match. Back to you, casters.
Back to us. Merrick managing to disappear for a sec, but he will be coming back, giving you a lovely set of understanding of the game that we are playing right now, which is known as Rocket League. The name of the game doesn't really do justice to what the game is.
No, it definitely doesn't. Nothing really about Rocket League screams car football. But anyway, it seems that this is evenly matched. I think red team is just playing a little bit more offensively, and that is what is giving them the advantage.
I definitely do think so. I wonder how would Bryanston kind of adjust to this. Is it more, hey, we're gonna die by the sword in terms of offense, so we must need probably skip the defense, maybe start more offensive plays, but we do have some words from Yaku.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is just a reminder that whatever the outcome of this game is, we will break off this game for half an hour of lunch. So do plan that accordingly. But right now we are in this game. It has just started, and we are in the second part of the series. Will the blue team be able to pull this back, or will the red team push forward?
Will the Kings be crowned? Will Bryanston rise above and be the higher team on this one, making it going on to the second, making it a series, not just a set? There's a lot to leave on the table right now. Both teams are doing quite well, but it is up to Bryanston to try and get on, trying to move forward into the next round. But it is going to be quite difficult because they did set the tone in the previous round when it came to offensive and defensive stops.
It seems Blue's definitely playing together a little more, upping their defense quite a lot. They do not want Red Team to win this one. We might end up seeing a well, a 3-round match at least. That would be very interesting. I think the teams have the skills to get us to that point. It just depends how this match goes. If Red takes it, then they will be the winner. However, if Blue takes it, we would continue to a 3rd round.
It's very clear to see that Red has managed to tighten up, especially on the defensive end. They are pushing the pace, managing to launch the ball onto the blue team side. Blue team always ready to receive though, but Red contesting as best as can. We want to see that type of possession, managing to bump against the blue, disorientating them up a bit, and now it gives them a chance. It is currently 50-50. Red is trying to contest, managing to pinch the ball against the ground, but Blue ready to receive. I don't think they were intentionally trying to send the ball, trying to clear it over, but they did manage to get the ball away from goal.
And Red is ready to defend, ready to try and send it back to the blue team side, trying to get another goal. But Blue is on it with the defense, with the aerial defense, but is intercepted by Red. Blue going for the goal, but Red manages to intercept them and stop their advances. Red ready to defend, sitting back at their goals there, forcing Blue to hang back with a demolition there on a Red car. Now Blue is playing extremely defensively. Red's still trying to go for those goals, trying to get the ball in. They want a point on the board, and that was a close one, but Blue's defense was just a little bit too good.
The Red team showing that they're not only just very good, they can hang with the best when it comes to offensive play. They are applying a lot of pressure on the Red team. They've been the more dominant side when it came to the offensive side of the blocks. They are pushing the pace as best as can, trying to step the next game, and it is quite interesting. Both teams are ready to rumble, that's for sure. But there is going to be a lot on the line for both teams. Hasn't been a single goal in the past almost halfway point of the game. There is currently, I'm quite surprised how the blue team managed to clean up on the loss. Definitely contesting a lot more. Red is putting the pressure that I've been doing the whole series, but Blue has definitely defensively, something must have changed. And maybe they got a pep talk, or maybe they just realized that they have nothing to fear when it comes to the matches. They're playing with absolute honor and a lot of defensive stops there. You see what I did there? A little honor shout out.
And it seems Blue's playing very defensively, yet they are also ready for the offense, trying to send the ball over to the Red team side, trying to get a goal. However, Red team was ready. They were ready and waiting with that defense. A little bit of aerial defense, sending the ball back to the center point.
And we're going off Red. Not a single goal scored yet. We might even hit an overtime with just nil deuces right now. The Red team trying to set up for a goal, but Blue team just ready to receive. Managing to clear the ball onto the Red team side. Ready, trying to contest, skips over, bounces off the crossbar, double tap, and it's going to be a goal. That was a goal that they needed. That was the confidence they had. They managed to stop the bleeding from the Kings that they were receiving, but now they're getting ready to go on defensive. They have one goal as they cushion. They can just focus on the defense, but I do believe they're going to try and keep going on the offensive side, trying to make sure that they are known that they're going to be in this game, and it'll be definitely a chance to make it a series.
And the blue team is currently got the ball on their side, trying to get it away. Red is playing rather aggressively, looking for that goal. They want to even out the scores. We nearly have a minute remaining. And Red team is definitely trying to go for the goal, but Blue team is definitely picking up their offense, trying to get to 0-2. But Red is ready with the defense, even though Blue had a chance. Blue has a chance to score another goal here, but Red is ready with the defense.
ball getting cleared onto the blue team side, but blue ready to receive, managing to get it onto red side, but the blue bouncing it back off onto their side. Good contest there. They're good defensive stop right there, trying to secure victory right now. They are trying as best as they can, both communicating and switching back and forth onto the red and the blue side. It is up to red to try and score a goal, make it even, but blue does have that cushion, allowing them to keep playing with house money right now. There is a lot to be left. There is going to be a situation now of blue managing to set the ball up, juking it off, and then off the glass, setting it up. They have a chance to that's the red receive quite well, managing to bounce it off, trying to get off the backboard. Do they get to the next goal? They try to set up. It is a clutch defensive stop right there, but it doesn't make a difference because there's about 8 seconds left for the blue team to try and take victory. The red team is scrummaging as best as they can, trying to get the ball onto the other side. There's about 3 seconds left. Will they make it a series? Will it be even? Are we going to get to the overtime? The ball's currently there. Blue has to just stop the ball, and it manages to bounce off the ground, and it is Bryanston managing to rise high and getting into a series. It is 1-1. That is the Cinderella story right there, managing to get into the hour of midnight, getting a chance to keep on going.
All right, thank you, Pacific and Kira. We will now be going, since it is 1-1, best of 3. We'll be running straight into the next match with all the kids loaded in. Get prepared for the next one. Masters, over to you. This is the game to decide.
Bryanston managing to clips it and get into the second, making it a series. There is a lot they have to figure out right now. Both teams not sure what is the true game plan here, with Kings managing to almost, trigger a near mercy, I believe, but Bryanston managed to set up. There is a good play right there. The blue team managed to clean off the class right there, denying any chance of a goal. They are still present on the defensive side of the ball.
And it is over to the red team side of the field. Red ready with the defense. Blue is definitely playing a lot more offensively, definitely wanting to take this win. Remember, whoever wins this takes the round. It will be very interesting to see if we have a game where it takes an extremely long time for someone to get the first goal again. I think that might be the case with how both teams are playing. They might just make this an extended round.
There's going to be a fun situation right now. The red team has a chance there, but the blue team just ready in the wings just to clip away any chance of a victory. Managing to dribble past the ball, but the ball goes into 50-50 territory now. Red still has a bit of control there, but blue managing to set the ball over. The blue team manages to get the rebound off the glass. Can it take over? No. Boom goes demolition right there, trying to get the ball over by the red, ready to receive as best they can. It was a bit of a skip pass, but they have a chance to clean up the glass right there. Blue managing to send it into 50-50 territory, into the center. Red does not get the ball, the missed opportunity to keep it in. Blue has a chance to keep it up, and it's a good stop there by the red team. Bryanston trying to keep the ball. Good flip reset right there, and they're pushing the pace, sticking more to the ground, but the ground is in favor of Bryanston right now, getting ready to receive the ball, trying to clear it as best they can. Good defensive stop right there. That was so close. They managed to bounce it off into the post, leaving, doing everything they can with the environment they have, trying to keep the ball away from goal.
And it seems it is on the Blues team side of the court. Red trying to get a goal. That was so close, but Blues defense was just too good there in that moment. Red is definitely clustered together a bit, ready to defend though, ready to redirect that ball on the way to the blue team side of the court. We are currently 2 minutes down, 2 minutes into the game, 3 minutes remaining.
And we're going to see going forward. I was advised to take it a bit slower, so I'll sound like a boxing commentator. Both teams are doing quite well. It is 0-0 on both sides. But returning back to already scheduled programming, both teams are doing quite well. There's a lot left on the line for these teams. They are trying to figure out stylistically how to adapt to each other. It does seem like after the previous 2 games, they're a bit nervous, but they're also doing quite well offensively and defensively. They're going back and forth like a game of ping pong. The glass is being bounced off around. There's a lot of aerial plays there. I don't know which team has showed a very good sense of aerial superiority. It does seem like the blue team is a bit more dangerous when it comes to the start of the game. They have proven that they can score from any point of time, but the red team has also shown that they can get the angles right, doing quite well to set up. Blue team trying to get through, but the red team disrupts any progression.
And we are currently with 2 minutes remaining. Neither team has a score on the board yet. I think this is going to be a long match. We might end up heading over into overtime, but that depends if someone manages to get a score on the board now. Ball is currently on blue team's side of the court, and red shoots, but blue is ready to defend.
there's just, I think the name of this one is just pure defense. Not a single has been let through. Everybody's just ready to receive. I don't think it's even mistakes anymore, just a lot of contesting. Both teams are a bit nervous. Red has a chance there to stop the ball, stop the bleeding from themselves, but they managed to clear it out, bouncing it off with loss, trying to clear it onto the other side, but then Jukes is sending off to the side, giving a Blue an opportunity to send the ball back, but Red ready to receive. They're about to have two defenders going up into the air. The ball is in play, and it bounces off the crossbar. Opportunity to receive, but the Red team keep pushing the base, managing to disrupt the contest right there, but Blue managing to receive the ball at the end.
This is just such an evenly matched game. It still could be anyone's game. Remember, whoever takes this win wins this match. So this is insane. We have 1 minute remaining. Neither team has a score on the board. It is still anyone's game.
We do have Merrick right here, but he's a bit preoccupied, but we will get a bit good analysis of him on how this game has been playing out, how they came over the deficit, managing to get straight through. We will see how this plays out. Red team managing a chance in the now 39 seconds. Bounce it, and it's a bounce pass into goal. The Kings are not dead, managing to score 1 goal right now. This might be what sets the tone, but Blue has shown that they can come back. They have shown that they have the opportunity. Is the Cinderella story over? Is it going to turn into pumpkins, or they will find their prince in shining armor? I was trying to make a Cinderella reference there.
And it seems the ball is already on Red's side of the court, but Red is ready to defend. Blue sending it back over to Red as they were trying to get it over to Blue. The ball is just being ping-ponged around, back and forth. Red already on the defense, ready to defend. They have 1 score on the board. They don't need to get more, but they have to prevent Blue from scoring in the next 10 seconds.
There's about 12 seconds, about 10 seconds, 9 seconds left. Will they manage to make it even, or will the clock run 12 on the story of Bryanston High? They did do quite well managing to make it a series, but do they have it enough? The ball is still in play. Bryanston doesn't get the ball, and it goes in favor of King Edward. The Kings are not dead with this one. They're going on to face Crawford into the next round.
All right, thank you very much, Pacific and Kira. Well done to King Edward for taking this part of the Boost Cup here at the Randshow 2026. So King Edward will be moving on to match number 8. But ladies and gentlemen, variations are upon. We're going to give the players a chance to get off stage, but Rudy is here just before calling lunch with something very special for you.
All right, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for all the teams that have been participating so far. We can see these teams are playing their hearts out, trying to take the trophy home. But for now, we are going to go into a quick prize giving before we hit intermission. It is going to be a half an hour, so let's make it 25 past 12 to be back. All right. So we're going to do an Eve Tech chant, and then 1 lucky winner is walking away with these in-ear. All right. You guys ready? I see Ivar's good to go. All right, 3, 2, 1, take! All right, let's do 2 more. 3, 2, 1, take! Sure, this is difficult. All right, 3, 2, 1, take! All right, I'm gonna give it to that lucky gentleman over there. Come and grab it. It is yours, you've earned it. All right, there is a few more giveaways today before the show closes. Remember to take picture by the Eve Tech banner. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, please be back at 25 past 12. Then we'll get started with semi-finals.
All right. If you can hear my voice around the RGB Gaming stand, we are hosting a Boost Cup tournament, but we are on lunch. We have this QR code on screen. If you'd like the chance to win a furnished gaming setup room to the value of 15,000 Rand, please scan the QR code and follow to enter. If you'd like the chance to win a furnished gaming room, the furniture, the desk, the chair, all of that sort of stuff, please scan the QR code and follow everything. We will be drawing our winner today at 4 o'clock.
Free your mind. Free your soul. Free your body. Let it go. Free your mind. Free your soul. Free your body. Let it go. Free your mind. Free your soul. Free your body. Let it go. Free your mind. Free your soul. Free your body. Let it go. Free your mind. Free your soul. Free your body. Let it go. Free your mind. Free your soul. Free your body. Let it go. Free your mind. Free your soul. Free your body. Let it go. Free your mind. Free your soul. Free your body. Let it go. Free your mind.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, variations thereupon. If you are around the RGB Gaming stand, we will be continuing on with the Boost Cup Rocket League tournament shortly in 5 minutes. Please, teams, make your way back. We will begin with the tournament's second half. the semi-finals at 25 past.
Play right. I'll put up a good fight. Just give me the word right. You know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight. Don't give me this. I'm gonna get back when I feel like. You know I don't play right. Wanna be gangster, tryna play hard. Wanna be gangster, tryna play hard. Wanna be gangster, tryna play hard. I'll put up a good fight. I'm gonna get back when I feel like. You know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight. You know I don't play right.
All right, teams, get ready. In about 3 minutes, we will be continuing on with the Randshow 2026 Boost Cup Rocket League tournament, where we have a bunch of high school teams competing in Rocket League. We will be continuing on with the semi-finals.
Go click, click, bang. I heard the gun go click, click, bang. Click, click, bang. Click, click, bang. I heard the gun go click, click, bang. Click, click, bang. Click, click, bang. I heard the gun go click, click, bang. Click, click, bang. Click, click, bang.
All right, players, we're gonna get started in about a minute. Thank you. We're gonna get started in about a minute with the semi-finals, match number 7, a best of 3 between Iva and Hoërskool Oorasmoed. It's going to be quite an interesting match. Remember, players, please bring up only your controllers. If you need your phone, please hand it to your coach after we've gotten started. All right, players. I can see everybody's eager. Everybody's making their way towards the stage. You've got about 20 seconds before I'm going to call you onto the stage. And we'll get started with the semifinals match number 7 of the Randshow 2026 High School Boost Cup. All right, Ivor, you guys are going to be on red. You can make your way that side. And Hoërskool Oosmoed, you guys are going to be on blue. Get yourself set up. You're going to get about 4 minutes. You know the drill at this point. Get your settings ready. And we will continue on. Best of 3 here in the semifinals. I know the casters are in the back. They've just had lunch. They're feeling refreshed. They are ready. And here we have the man himself, the legend of Rocket League, on the stage. He's chewing. I'm just going to give him credit where credit is due. He doesn't need to say anything. Merrick, our resident Rocket League champ. The one who inspired us all to actually host these types of tournaments. All right. If you're on the RGB Gaming stand, come and support these teams. We have high school, we have a high school tournament going on of individuals playing in Rocket League here today. It's been a very long weekend, but we're very excited to host this tournament for these kids who have been practicing, getting everything ready. So we've got quite a few matches to go today, and it's all for this lovely trophy sitting in the front over here, and a couple of other beautiful prizes from our prize sponsors, EveTech. If you want to learn what it takes to upgrade your PC and what's needed for a gaming rig, go speak to them. We also have our lovely partners, Edivos, in higher education. If you want to learn more about game development or esports, go have a chat with them. We also have a couple of other things on the NAG stand if you want to go learn more there. All right, players, you've got about 2 minutes left to sort everything out. All right, like I said, you've got about 2 minutes left. Once the players are ready, please go into the lobby. Don't assign yourself to your teams just yet. Just sit in the lobby and we'll get started. A reminder that going forward, it is a best of 3 for all the matches. All right. I know everybody's very excited. We'll put the QR code up on screen just now again for the Decophone competition, which will be drawn at 4 o'clock today. If you are part of that competition, the public is more than welcome to participate in that when we put the QR code on screen. And we'll get ready. Players, I'm gonna ask you to start logging into the lobby so we can get this match started.
Hey, welcome everybody. It is time for the semifinals. We're on the 7th match. It'll be Ivor versus Hoërskool Oosmoed. It's gonna be lovely to see. How do you feel about the game so far, Marek? Or never mind.
Yeah, it seems Merrick is a bit preoccupied to answer that question. How I feel about the games, though, is I think all teams are playing extremely well. They're giving it their all. They're doing their best. And I think that they should be proud of themselves for showing up, showing down, like just giving it their all and trying their best.
I definitely agree. I do want to also shout out Bryanston High. They embodied everything that you would want in a competitor. Even with overwhelming odds against you, if you have an opportunity, you take it and you keep going as hard as you can. It was very beautiful to see them overcome their situation, and also very beautiful to see them play in the last match as hard as they can. It was beautiful from both teams. King Edward's doing quite well. Adjusting to the adjustments that Bryanston did make was a very lovely thing to see. And
All right, ladies and gentlemen, variations thereupon. I'll be handing over to you, casters, shortly. Everybody sign into the correct match this time. And let's get started. Casters, back to you.
Would you be able to vectorize something?
And welcome back, everybody. We're in the Japan map. Lovely, lovely day for this type of map. Very nice vibes. Very, very, very chill. Or we're in China, actually. My bad. We're in China. And it is a beautiful first goal in the first 3 seconds, setting the tone of this. It was Wurzburg Osman sending it straight into goals, just off from the beginning of the game, about 3 seconds in. That is probably one of our fastest goals we've ever had that required more than 2 touches.
That was absolutely crazy. That happened so fast. Very well played. And the ball seems to be on the red team side of the court at the moment. Red team definitely playing the more defensive, while blue is trying their best to score another goal. But red team is not standing for that. They are not allowing that. They have turned the tides, trying to send the ball over to the blue team side of the field.
And with a good defensive stop right there, the red managed to clear the ball away, but the blue had to try to set up, and it is another goal in 4 minutes and 27 seconds. It was quite fast to see that. It does mean that Osman is ahead by 2. There was a lot of technical play right there, good setup up there, but it just does not get off. It was going to be a goal if the ball was a bit. I do think it would have been a good defensive stop if the player just jumped a bit quicker, because they would have made me bounce the ball off the crossbar, and it would have been a good defensive stop right there. But it was a good play by Ivor to try and get the ball, but Wurzburg does come up on top with 2 against them.
Indeed. And the ball seems to be on the red side of the court. Blue team is up by 2 points, but red is making it over to the blue side. But unfortunately, blue is just so ready on that defense and manages to send it back to the red side of the court. Red is definitely having to play quite the defensive game this round, while blue is focusing more on offense and trying to score goals. Definitely ready, prepared for when the red comes onto their side, trying to get a goal. Blue's just there, ready to defend. They are switching so fluidly between defense and offense. It is insane.
It does seem like blue has turned up a notch on the offensive side, but it does also seem like red managing to keep control of the ball, managing to send the ball straight, bouncing it off. Can they get the rebound? No, they don't. But it's still in play for them. Get a chance to send the ball up straight, contesting, going up to the 50-50. Who gets the ball first? It does seem like red manages to clip the ball in there, allowing the juke, but the blue team manages to intercept. Now re-intercepting that is the red team managing to send it away, keeping the ball away from the blue touches, trying to send it upfield, managing to send it straight through, dishing over the defender, but defender's ready to receive. Blue sending the ball straight up, and boom goes Diamond with the demolition, making it a 3 versus 2 currently, and it gives the time for the red team to configure what they want to do, bouncing it off the glass, but then managing to keep it away from the net. The red team does a good defensive stop right there, but blue still continue on persisting with the offensive assault.
And it seems the ball is still on the red team's side of the court. Red team playing the defensive side. Well, blue is definitely trying to get a score in. Red is defending with everything they've got, sending the ball back over to the blue side, but blue is ready to counter, only to be countered by red, sending it back over to the blue side again. But blue is definitely trying to defend, trying their best to keep red away and keep them from scoring a goal.
Blue did a really great job palming the ball with the offensive attack from the red team, managing to reset the ball away from them, giving them a chance for them to get a breather right there, allowing them to continue on with the progression with their assault on the offensive side. But red is ready to receive them. Red is trying to keep control of the ball, currently 50-50. Blue now has control of the ball, trying to contest, trying to pinch off the ground, but it does seem like the ball is going to bounce off the... Sorry for the disruption, we were just getting a bit more information, but we do have a consensus here. This is a very fun game to watch. Not much has changed from the second goal. It does seem like both teams are now even, but it's up to the red team to try and overcome this deficit. It is currently Ivor down on 0 and Wurzburg Osman on 2.
And they are going for the goal, and unfortunately misses. The defense is just too good. Red team and blue team battling it out, almost on the center, but leaning more towards the blue side. Red definitely trying to get at least a goal on the board, but blue is defending, trying to keep the ball in their control, trying to make sure that red doesn't. Blue going in for the strike, but red had a player hanging back, ready to defend.
Blue was trying to bounce it off the glass, but Red just disrupted that, sending the ball into to Blue's backside, giving them a chance to continue on the offensive onslaught. But now it seems like Blue has a chance to keep on going. It is about 1 minute remaining. The set looks like it's about to be ready to be done on the Red team, but the Blue still have a chance to keep adding more goals onto the board, but the Red also have a chance to make it consistent, trying to get 2 goals to make it an equalizer, allowing it to go to overtime. There is a chance for them to do it. We've seen crazy things happen, but it does seem like on the terms of offense for this round, it is in favor of the Blue team, managing to score a 3rd goal in the 41st minute, second. And we're about to begin. The first touch will go to...
And it is currently in favor of the Blue team. First touch sends the ball over to the side, still in the center. Now over to the Red team side of the court. Blue trying to score, but Red ready with the defense. Blue sending it over to the other side, hitting just above the goal, trying to get another one, but Red is trying their best to defend, trying to make sure that the score stays as it is. Maybe they will even try to get 1 point on the board, but not sure if that'll be able to happen in the 14 seconds remaining.
I do think that seeing this gameplay, both teams haven't lost yet, so this is a chance for them to see a different side of it. It bounces off the backboard going into the last couple of seconds. Hopefully Blue gets the ball back, but the Red also can contest. The ball is still currently in the air. They're trying to keep it alive as best as they can. Is it an open goal? And it's an open goal for the Red team, managing to get a board in the last thing. That is a very huge confidence booster. They're still proving that they're still in this one. That is definitely what you want to see in the last closing minutes of the game. Even if they are down by 2 points, they managed to get onto the board, making the last impression, making the last set for the goal, and we move on to the next set in favor of Wordsmith right now.
Just like Pacific said, we're going to run over. It's best of 3. Teams ready up, and we'll get started with the next match immediately.
And we are moving on. Off to the next round, and it seems Blue launches the ball over to the Red side, but it gets launched back to the Blue side now. Red and Blue battling it out in the center. It's a bit of a back and forth for control of the ball. Red currently defending their base, trying to get it over to the Blue team side, but Red is currently being pushed back to their base. Blue enforcing that they want to get a goal. They do not want to lose. They are trying their best to get a goal, pushing Red back into their goal.
Red has a chance with defensive start there by getting off the glass, but it was a bit of a mistake there. Blue capitalizing on that situation, managing. They were trying to keep the ball in control in defensive stops right there, but Blue, being there in the right position, right time, took the opportunity to pounce on and get it through. Demolition goes boom, and it gives a chance for the team to reset. Red team trying to bounce off the glass. Blue disrupts that pass, sending it back onto the opposing team side, and they're trying to get back a bit of control. Blue managing to keep up in the aerial plays. Good defensive stops on the aerial side. They're always in the right place in the right time when it comes to receiving the ball in the air, but it does mean that Red has a good chance to also take over the ground as best as they can, because we haven't seen much in terms of defensive efforts on the Blue side when it comes to the ground. That seems more of the Red team's favor.
And the ball seems to be on the Blue side of the court. Red trying to score a goal, but Blue is ready with the defense, sending it back over to the Red side, and Red pelts it right back at them. It seems this is an absolute ping pong of the ball, back and forth between the sides of the court.
Definitely, it is a ping pong of the ball ready to be received by Blue. Blue managing to send it back to Red, giving them an opportunity to get back on the board. Can Red capitalize on this opportunity? The ball is stripped away from them in the aerial assault, giving them a chance with a flip reset right there, but it goes into the clutch of the Red team, but Blue manages to contest a bit, disrupting the Red's defensive stops right there. Red bouncing it back to the 50-50 right now. Who can contest? The ball gets onto Blue side. Blue ready to send off into there, but the Red manages to recover quite well. Red manages to skip the ball past Blue, causing a demolition, giving it a chance for them to score, but they lose that because the ball got stripped over. Blue got another chance to set up. They're trying to do the air reset, managing to flip over, get a bounce back, but it does seem like a bit of bully ball right there, disrupting the opportunity right there, but they have a chance now. Ball is currently up in the air. Blue ready to receive, bounce it off, and a good defensive stop there by the Red.
Red did an amazing job at defense there. Blue is definitely trying to score that goal, score their second goal. But Red is definitely up their defense, trying their best to make sure that Blue does not score another goal. Blue, however, is playing extremely aggressively, definitely on the offense, trying their best to get another score. Red, though, still has a chance to even it out. It is 2 minutes, 23 seconds remaining on the clock. Score of 0-1. Red can still make a comeback.
Definitely, Red can make a good comeback there. They're very, very well orientated when it comes to the defensive stuff right now. They're committing 2 players to the defense and allowing a little bit of breathing room by sending their one attack forward. But right now, they've managed to clean up each other in terms of the lacking of the spaces. But the spaces are a bit of a good place for the blue teams, right? Blue team trying to set up a position, bound to bounce off the glass. Can they get a double tap? No, disrupted by the red team. Red team, good defensive stuff. They're trying to clear the ball onto the blue team side of the pitch, managing to get it off the glass, but it is a big cluster crash right there. No demolitions definitely, but blue has a chance to keep the ball going. Ball bounces off the red team's player, still has a bit of control, being pushed off of any chance of getting the ball back. Red now has one defender left and now managed to clip it through, and it gets it even. It is now an even Steven game for both teams. It is definitely a series. You do know when both teams are even with more than 1 point, it is going to be a fun time to watch.
Definitely, it is always fun when the teams are even, because that means we might get to see overtime. Unless someone can score in the next 1 minute 30 seconds, we will be seeing overtime. And it seems they are on the red side of the court, battling it out. Red in defense, blue being quite a strong opposition. But now over to the blue, but back to the red.
Wordsmouth is currently, even though they might be leading the series, they are a bit on the back foot right now because they do see the caliber of players they are playing against on the other side, and they do know that if they do not end this immediately, they will have to face them again into the next round. There's about 1 minute remaining. We might even get to see extended time with this one. I would like to see how both teams play off. We are starting to see a lot of grit, a lot of players like willing to lay down on the line, trying to get as many shots as they can, but it does go in favor of Wordsmouth, making it into the second goal.
Well done to the blue team for getting your second goal. The score is currently 1-2, and the remaining time is 48 seconds. Will Red be able to even it out in that time? And will we see overtime, or is the win going to go to blue?
Blue does have a chance, but also Red has proven that they are capable of bouncing back from that. They're trying to set up for the double tap, bouncing against the wall, doing a double tap, but don't ever capitalize on that opportunity. It's a quite difficult thing to score off of that, but it is quite valiant to see the effort that they're trying. There's a lot that they're trying to do, trying to configure how to defensively get back. They only have 21 seconds to try and even out the game, but the ball is in currently possession of the Red team, trying to pinch it off the ground, but a good contest right there, denying any advance to Blue team, but Blue team managed to recover the ball back, sending it or clearing it over to the red side. Red ready to receive, have about 9 seconds left to make a difference, but blue round sky dancing, trying to score another goal, but red intercepts the air, has about 4 seconds, hopefully bouncing off the glass, hoping to keep the ball alive. They have a chance to score another goal from that distance, but it does seem like in favor. The miscommunication there, managing to get the ball, keeping it bouncing off the glass, and it is done. Wordsmouth takes victory with that one.
Well done to both teams, and it seems Wordsmouth has won the set. Ryan, over to you.
Thank you so much, Kira. So with that, Portugal Wordsmouth has secured their chance in the final. Iva has a chance for a comeback, but before that, we will be doing round number 8. Well done to both teams for playing their heart out. That was quite an intense second match over there. But for now, can we please get Crawford Ramsich on red? And can we get King Edward on blue? Reminder to just please bring up your controllers. If you need your phone to remember your settings, please hand them to your coach as soon as you are done. All right. Remember that it is the best of 3 here, ladies and gentlemen. And we will then be moving on from there. Just listen to your game hosts. They'll let you know where you guys can sit for your controllers. We'll get started with the next match at about, quarter 2-ish. All right. Get everything set up. Remember, as soon as you are happy with your settings, please jump immediately into the lobby so that the production team in the back can know that we're getting started shortly. Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with our prize sponsors, EveTech. If you want to learn how to upgrade your PC, what it takes to build a rig, go have a conversation with them. We're also here with Edgivos, our partners in higher education. If you would like to learn what it takes to become a game developer, game design, coding, all of that sort of stuff, have a conversation with Edgivos. We have some other partners here today at the NAG stand. we're doing things like Minecraft education, the VR experience, and Diva, and a couple of other things. Be sure to check them out if you get the chance. All right. Most of the players here are sorting out their settings and getting in. Once you are ready, make sure you make your way into the lobby. All right, remember players that once you're inside, do not assign yourself to your team just yet. Just wait there in the lobby. We will get started shortly. We're just sorting out a controller issue here on stage. A reminder, now that we're getting close to it, allow me to explain how the finale works one more time. If Hoërskool Oordsmoed loses, we will go into the optional 11th match against their opponent. If they win, they take the entire tournament, because you have to be knocked out twice in order for you to lose the tournament. I'm gonna ask the production team in the back while we're just waiting here on stage, if you can put up the Deco Fern competition QR code, please. Give the crowd a chance to sign up for that tournament where you can win a furnished gaming setup. All right, we're talking about the room and the furniture here for your gaming setup. Please scan the QR code on screen. At 4 o'clock today, we will be announcing the winner. So I'm gonna give everybody a chance just to scan that quickly and follow along. Anybody in the crowd can stand a chance to win a fully furnished gaming setup up to the value of 15,000 Rand. Take your time, scan the QR code, fill it in. All right. Looks like Crawford is just about ready. Casters, just real quick while we're waiting here a little bit longer to sort out the controller. How do you feel about these upcoming matches?
I think we're going to see a lot of lovely football, a lot of great defensive stops, a lot of offensive juggernauts going in. But we are getting closer to the end where it's now the teams are a bit locked in. Fatigue is probably setting in a bit more where now every mistake might be more of a consequence. But I do think in terms of skill and ability, they can overcome that. How do you feel about the game so far?
No, I think all teams have been playing extremely well. They've been giving it their all. They've been trying their best, and I think that's all that counts. And as long as they're having fun, that's all that matters at the end of the day.
And we're about to begin best of 3 for the day. It is going to be Crawford versus Kings Edward School. It's going to be quite fun to see because both teams did have good showings at the beginning, but did unfortunately lose their matches, making it even for both teams. They both have a lot to lose in terms of this, but it is a good chance for the blue team, and the blue team manages to score. The Kings are not dead yet. They're managing to get 1 point on the board. Definitely good, a bit of it. I don't know if it was more of a mistake or them just taking the right opportunity, stripping the ball away and managing to send it in from that point.
And currently the score is 0-1 with about 13 seconds down on the clock. The ball is over to the blue side, however it's being sent over to red. This looks like it's going to be another ping pong match of the ball being all over the map. And both teams are trying their best, playing between offensive and defensive, ready to take on whatever the other throws at them, ready to make sure they take the win.
And that was good timing there, waiting for the blue team to send up the ball, but managing to be the thing that blocks it off, denying any type of sort of rebound for the blue team to try and get back into the running. but it does seem like most teams are kind of evenly fit. The first goal did make a bit of a difference, but we're starting to see that they're adjusting a bit more better. The red team managing to keep the ball away from their side, managing to do a good job keeping the ball at least onto the center of the field, but also pushing the pace as best they can. They do have a chance to catch the ball off the loss, rebounding. Hopefully they get the shot in, but they missed that opportunity. Setting up for the ball gets intercepted mid-air, denying the rebound, but the red team now ready to receive.
And it seems that neither team has scored a goal in the meantime since that first early one. And we see the ball is over onto the red side of the court. Red definitely trying their best to defend, trying to redirect it over back to blue, but blue was ready in the defense, ready to pelt it back over to red. Red is definitely trying to set up for a goal, trying their best to get one score on the board just to even things out. But unfortunately misses the defense, and it manages to go over to the red side where their teammates in the back are now having to focus on defense.
Red team doing a good job keeping defensive control of the ball, managing to send it onto the blue team side. Blue with a good contest right there, managing to shoot the ball away, allowing for progression of defense. But red ready to receive, managing to get it into the center pitch. Blue dashing to the sky with the ball, trying to get guided in, but it is a good stop there by red, bouncing off to the side. But we do have Yaku returning back to give you some colorful commentary.
Yeah, so some exciting matches this morning. We are getting on to the last bit of the semi-finals and heading then into that finals as we get on to the latter half of today. It is the red team currently controlling the ball, bringing it onto the blue side, but blue not backing down, pushing back into the red side. They are busy setting it up for a cross play, but I think the red defenders are on it, and they do manage to get that out and back onto the blue side. It is so good to see these players play all the aerial balls that they are doing. It just shows the amount of practice that they've had. Doing aerial play in this game is probably one of the most difficult things to do. So seeing, oh, and look at that. Red does get the score as I'm talking about the air play. They do an air flip and manage to push it into the upper left corner of the goal. How beautiful was that, Pacific?
They did a great job with that. They just made the Kings bleed a bit there. They just proved they're not immortal too. They are just us too. They're not just dogs. They are men amongst men and women too. There is a lot. I'll just pass it with that one.
And it seems blue has sent the ball over to the red side of the court, but red is ready for the defense, pushing it back over to the blue side. It is a bit up in the air, red going for the goal, and it manages to get it in with the secondary player coming in clutch, pushing that ball into the goal, managing to change the score to 2-1 with 1 minute 46 seconds remaining.
Red team now trying to push the pace as best they can. They do have the cushion of one goal, but no lead is secure, especially in Rocket League Blue, showing that they still have what it takes, managing to get the ball onto the red team's side, but red team trying to capitalize. No defensive pressure right there, but there was from nowhere a good defensive stop, managing to disrupt the play right there. Both teams are trying to get back into positions, trying to reset. Blue team trying to pinch bounce the ball off, but ready to receive. Blue now taking back the ball, but red, good defensive control there, setting the ball back. Nice bounce pass, but red in the way of blue's advances. Blue trying to get the ball off the glass. Let's see if they manage to take control. 50-50, ball goes in favor of the red team. In favor of the blue team, but red team did a good defensive stop right there.
I think both teams are playing really well. You can see the skill matchup is quite even. We have 1 minute remaining. The score is currently 2-1 in favor of the red team. Blue is currently defending, well, trying to get the ball over to the red side, but red pelts it back over to the blue side, setting up for another goal, but it seems blue has abandoned their goalpost, only to come back at the last second and manage to save it. Red is now posturing to defend their own goalpost.
Fancy word, posturing. I want to use that sometime. And it bounces off on the last. Blue managing to deny any advance with the red, but there is a chance that there is an open chance for the goal, but it is stopped by the blue team. Blue team managed to recover on the defensive side. Trying to send the ball as best as can, but currently 50-50, managing to pass it straight off to the side. Red hitting the ball back into the blue team's corner, putting it on their side of the paint. Blue managing to get through straight past. I said managing quite a bit. Maybe I should be a manager someday. And the ball bounces glass, pinched off by the red team, getting it off on the glass. There's a chance for the blue to get 2 points on the board, but it is only 3 seconds left. Contesting, red has the first touch, bouncing it off the glass. Blue trying to keep it alive as best they can. They're going to dance with the ball, maybe a bit of a Brazilian dance. The ball is still alive with only 0 seconds left. They can bound off the glass, but it is unfortunate for blue. Crawford takes victory with that.
Well done to Crawford Ramser. for taking the first win. Again, we've done this a lot today, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we are running straight into the next match. Pacific and Kira, back to you.
Awesome. We are running into the next match. This is a deciding match whether we will see a third round or not. And we are off, ball immediately being pelted over to the red side. Red ready on defense, but blue manages to take the first goal within 3 seconds.
The Kings proving they're not dead yet. They're managing to go offsetting the momentum that was being posted by Crawford from the previous winning of the set. There is a chance for both teams to make it a series, but there is still in favor of the red having won the previous one. If they do manage to get another goal in, they do make it even, but there is a lot can happen in that situation. The ball is currently on the red team's side. The red team trying to get the ball as best they can, trying to clear it onto the blue team's side. Bit of miscommunication there. The bit of contest from the blue team, trying to run it over, managing to get successfully past there, but the charge is failed by the blue side, keeping in control of the red team, but the red team disrupts with a bully ball right set up there. Ball is in the air, tries to receive it back, bounces it too far off the crossbar, but there is a chance there for both teams to assess. The red team managed to bounce it up into the air, blue intercepts, and demolition is the name of the play. Double demolitions, surely for sure. It does give a good chance for a set position, but it also means that blue is fully back on the back line. No one's in front anymore. There is a bit set play. Red intercepts, sending the ball off onto the blue team side. Blue takes the ball back from them, running it as best as they can. There's a bit of a situation, but they are escaping the pain, sending it onto the corner. Red ready to receive, and it is going to be a back and forth right now. It might be one in favor of the blue team, but the red is still in the fighting. They are trying their best to keep on going.
This is a complete back and forth. That ball is on either side of the court at any given moment. It is absolutely insane. These teams are switching between their defense and offense so fluidly, so amazingly quickly. And the red team is currently defending. Blue overshoots it just by a tiny bit, unable to secure the goal. And red comes in with the defense, pushing that ball out of its goal. But it seems blue is still desperately trying to get that goal. Red, however, is defending it with their lives.
It is red trying to keep the bleeding from ever happening. Red is keeping the position going. They are on the offensive, they are on the defensive side trying to get an offensive play, getting onto the blue team side, but blue contests that quite well. Managing to keep the ball, keeping it out of their range. Red managing to dance the ball straight through, bounces off. Can they get the rebound? No, they do not. A big contest there, denying Red's opportunity to make it an even Steven, but the blue team managing to send it onto the red side's teams of the court. Both teams are riding as best as they can. Blue tries to guide it in as best as they can, but it is a good defensive juggernaut stop right there by the the red team. Red team pushing, trying to get the ball out of their side, clearing it over, but they do miss that opportunity, managing to get a cleanup on that side, getting into no man's land, and now landing onto the blue team side, ready to receive and sending it back. It is a bit of a back and forth right now. Both teams are trying to get the one over the other. Bounce off the rebound, can't get it off the glass, bounce it off onto the right of the goalpost, tries to back it up, but then gets it off, gets an opportunity to set it up, but red disrupts that any chance of happening.
And it seems red is still on the defensive plays. Blue's still trying to get yet another goal, but red's defense is just peak. They have picked up the game on their defense, and they are becoming an unstoppable force. However, that was close. If blue could just get the right angle at the right time, they could get another goal. But red is trying their best to not allow that to happen. They are not allowing a lapse in their concentration or focus. They are solely locked in, ready to defend, ready to make sure blue does not get any more points.
If blue manages to clinch this one, they will win a round on the set, and that means we will have definitely a great series ahead of us. But if red manages to make it even, they can have an opportunity to make it into overtime, and then that gives them both teams a chance to win this set. A lot can be left on the table for this one, but it will be decided on the players. The coaches did a very excellent job training them and preparing for this moment. It seems like the flashing lights of the tournament hasn't done much to dull their skills. They're ever so sharp. The ball is on the ground, running as best as they can. It is still a contest, but red clearly in the sky first, trying to get the ball back. Bounces off, and it is even for the red. It is now even Steven for both teams. Crawford managing to land one beautiful goal right there.
And it is currently even with 1 minute 15 seconds remaining. It is really anyone's game at this point. The next team to score a goal could be our winners for today.
They could be, but they still have to be waiting for this game determines who's going to go fight against Iva just waiting in the wings, getting ready, studying both teams, seeing sizing up who's their potential opponent or the dance partner for the next game. But it is going to be quite interesting to see who is going to be making it through, who is going to climb out and take victory, who is going to be meeting Iva in the next sorry, I believe they call it the third place finals. I need to really brush up on my terminologies there. Ball is currently on the blue team side, gives an opportunity for red team, and red team manages to clip the ball, making it a bit more difficult, putting all the pressure onto King's side. Kings have to now score a goal to make it even, trying to keep it a series, but if Rens clinches this on, they go on and punch their ticket to go fight Ivor, if they do.
And we currently have 42 seconds left. The ball is launched over to the red side. Blue is now trying their best. They have 37 seconds to catch up in order to go into overtime, or red will take the win. It seems blue is currently attacking, my bad, and red is defending with everything they have. Red is trying their very best to get the ball away from their goalpost over to the blue side, but blue sends it right back. Red, however, had left a player on their goal ready to defend in case that happened. With about 10 seconds left, will blue manage to score one more goal and send us into overtime, or will red take the win? 2-1. And it seems the ball is still in the air. It is still in play. Remember, folks, it has to touch the ground before a winner can be declared. And it seems Crawford Ramsey takes the win, and they win the series, moving on to the next round. Well done to both teams, and back to you, Ryan.
Thank you so much, Kira. Yes, well done to both teams. That was such an entertaining match. In the last 30 seconds there, I reminded myself that I can't just sit down and enjoy. I've got to get up and get back on stage. Well done to both players, to both teams for playing. We will now be going on to Ivor versus Crawford Ramsey. Crawford Ramsey, if you guys don't mind, just swapping over to this side. And then Ivor will be on the red side. Ivor, you can make your way to the stage and get everything set up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting near the end of today. This is the big game. This is deciding who's going to take third and who has a chance to be the champions today. This is a best of three match, number 9, Ivor on red versus Crawford Ramsey on blue. This is going to be quite an interesting game here today, folks. Both teams have really played like pros, giving it their all. We're going to give the team a little bit of time to get everything set up. But if you can hear my voice, here at the Randshow 2026, we are in the finals loser bracket of the Boost Cup Rocket League tournament.
Now, of course, Ryan, it is depending on who wins here. We'll go through to the finals to face off against Oosmoed. But this particular match, of course, will determine a third place. And who will take third place? It will be Crawford Ramsey on red and the team of Ivor on blue. And of course, Oosmoed has not lost a single game today. They, of course, already secured their spot in the final. So an interesting thing is, of course, today is a double elimination, which means that if Oosmoed, for whatever reasons in the final, should lose their first match, it will then go to a grand final. Because irrespective of where you lose during the day, you have to lose twice to be knocked out of the tournament. And because they've been undefeated today, they also, of course, go in to the final undefeated. And they will, of course, then be faced either by Ivor or Crawford Ramsey, depending on who wins this match. But whoever is the loser of this match that is now on stage will then be crowned third place. So very excited. Back over to you.
Thank you there, Yaku. And again, I'd also like to give a quick shout out once again to our prize sponsors, Eve Tech, as well as Eduvos, our partners in higher education. Please check them out on our stand if you have the chance while you're here watching these very exciting games as we let the players just finalize their settings. They know the rules by now. They are waiting in the lobby, ready to pick their teams. Players, you've got a few moments left before we're going to get started. And then we will move on. I would also just quickly like to one more for a minute. Henny, if we could just get that deco for competition on screen for about a minute. Give everybody a chance to win this furnished gaming setup for yourself, up to the value of 15,000 Rand. If you are around the RGB gaming stand, give yourself a chance. Anybody can answer. Please scan the QR code on screen. At 4 o'clock today, we will be drawing the winner. So quickly scan the QR code follow along if you want the chance to win a fully furnished gaming room up to the value of 15,000 Rand. But with that, Henny, casters, I think it's time to get started with the finale, the battle for third place and who's gonna maybe become the champion. Over to you guys.
It is going to be a fun match to see Crawford not getting a chance to rest at all, clawing their way out of the losers semi-final bracket, managing to get their punch their ticket in, going into the third finals. This is a very important match. It doesn't give them much of a chance. Does Ivor clinch it and then make it a rematch or a grudge match against the team that cost them their first loss, which was Orsmod? Or does Crawford punch their ticket and ready to contest the undefeated Orsmod currently? The game has begun. There's a lot to watch right now. Blue team managing to get the ball up into there, but red team managing to receive the ball. Crawford tries to get on top of things, but the blue team is in position to get the next rebound. Good cluster push there, good bully ball right now. No one's ball currently, but it is in blue team side. Blue team managing to clear the ball onto the red team side. Good defensive start there by the red team, just gliding the ball away from goal. Good opportunities for anybody to score right now. Blue team still fully locked in on defense. About to be just packing up the bus. Controlling the paint is in favor of the blue right now, even though the red does have the ball. They are taking their time with it. They have to set up. They're ready to receive, and it just gets slided in from a flip reset onto the driving of the air. That was a beautiful goal. That is what you expect. The upside down plays are crazy with this one. The Ivor managing to score goal first. And now we'll continue.
And we are off. It seems the ball is in the side of the blue team. However, they are moving it over to the red team. Red team, however, ready to defend and send it right back, managing to score their second goal. Well done.
Ivor really trying to push the base as best as they can. They are really looking up right now, trying to get past this situation, trying to get their leg back against Worsmund. I do feel like there's a bit of blood in there, but I do think Crawford can get back. They only need to go score 2 goals to make it an even series, and we've seen that Crawford is very good on the defensive end of his loss, but it might be a bit too tough right now. Ivor has an opportunity to score. The ball is currently up in the air. Crawford managing to push the ball, putting up the pace, but the ball is still in the paint for the blue team. Blue team is defending as best as they can, trying to rush as best as they can, and they do have control, bouncing off the side, but Crawford ready to receive. The ball in control of the sky. They're dancing up in the air, trying to bust through, but disruption by the blue team.
And it seems that is insane. Red team manages to take it all the way aerial to the other side and score their third goal at 3 minutes, 25 seconds.
Disruption isn't enough, but to go back to it, here is Yaku.
So both these teams doing very well. I mean, at the moment, the ball is just all over the place. Both teams controlling it quite well. It is the red team on the blue side at the moment, pushing back into that goal. So Ivor really pushing hard, but Crawford Ramsey defending that the outer posts, using some of the aerial play as well, and coming in there for a great shot. Just a little bit off pace at the moment, and almost went into the red goal there, but the red team defending ferociously. Ava now having the ball in the air, using that air play as they did the whole day so far. Crawford with some great attacking skills as well. Ivor have to defend, otherwise that ball will get very close.
Yes, there is a lot of defensive plays that they have to make here, but it is more in favor of Ivor right now. Crawford a bit on the back foot, but they still have a chance to capitalize or make it an equal. Even if they do go boom twice, that is quite rare to see back and forth when it comes to that. But it is, I am going to say that Crawford is doing quite a good job. They did not get a chance to rest, so they've been going back to back. So the fatigue might be setting in a bit more, but it does. With the victory comes the spoils, and it was in favor of Ivor getting a chance to understand how Crawford's style of play is. They're very demanding on the defensive side.
And it seems the ball is definitely on the blue side, with an epic defense from the blue team, just barely stopping the red team from scoring yet another goal. Blue sends it over to the red side, ready to try and score the goal of their own. However, red is ready to defend, trying their best, and unfortunately blue overshoots, managing to miss the ball just a bit. And red is ready to defend, not allowing blue to take any action against them. Blue did an amazing defense there, but unfortunately red was just ready with the player from the back line, ready to realign and send that ball into the goal, allowing them to score their fourth goal. It is currently 4-0, 1 minute 41 seconds remaining.
And the first touch does go to Red. Red, a bit of a cluster there, managing to pass the ball back onto Blue. Blue has good control. They can receive and recover from that, setting up for a good play, but no one's there to receive that. They are going to try and reconfigure, but it does seem the ball is in control of Red. Red managing to send it to no man's land, but Blue sending it back straight onto the Red side's corner. The Red side is playing with house money right now, trying to keep the ball away from their side of the paint, but it seems like Blue is on the offensive. They do realize they have much to lose. They're going to keep trying to push the base as best as they can, trying to get the ball onto the other side, ready to receive, managing to clear the ball onto the left side of their side of the court, hoping to bounce back into no man's land, sending it over onto the Red side. The ball is currently in 50-50. Looks like the Red is managing to contest that, dancing to strike, trying to get the flip reset, but overshoots it a bit more on there, managing to get the ball up into the air. There's a chance for Blantz, and it is a missed opportunity right there.
Yes, unfortunately that was a missed opportunity, but we are under 1 minute remaining. The ball seems to be on the blue team's side of the field. Red definitely trying to get another goal before time runs out. 40 seconds on the clock.
Red did get the ball to bounce off the glass, but Blue manages to keep a bit of control. It is a bit hard right now because Red is very dangerous, and they paint the town red with that one, making it 5 goals and 34 seconds left at the point. So there's a lot that they need to know. They have to figure out how to go up into the next round. I think right now it is safe to say the Red team is a bit on the dominant side, but the Blue has a chance to figure out what they need to do. I think they might need to figure out how they're going to distribute the defensive and the offensive responsibilities, because I do notice that there is a trend where they both all commit at one time to try to get to one side, leaving their other half of the field wide open for opportunities there. And boom goes Dynamite, leaving the Blue team with only 2-man squad right now, having to reset as best as they can.
And it seems Red team again is going for a goal in these last few seconds. Under 10 seconds remaining, folks. Are they going to be able to get their 6th goal, or is it just going to go to the Red team? And it seems Iva wins the first round. Well done, and let's move on to the next.
All right, players ready up. Let's run that into round 2 of 3. Casters, take us away.
And we're about to begin. First touch goes in favor of the Blue team. Blue team managing to bounce it onto the Red team side of the court, but Red ready to receive with that play. Both teams know what is at stake here. They both have previously lost rounds, so they do know that there is no opportunity after this one. They do have a lot at stake of this, managing to disrupt there, but Blue keeping the ball away from the Red team. Red team trying to bounce the ball back from there. But Blue team manages to get it cleared onto the Red side, but Red deflecting the ball over, dancing over there, manages to get the flip reset, keeping the ball currently up in the air, bounces it back off the backboard, but then it's going to be up to them to pass it up to the air.
And the ball is now on the Red side of the court. Red ready to take it over to the Blue. Blue seems to be ready on the defense though, sending it back over to Red side of the court. The ball is absolutely just being ping-ponged around right now. It can't stay on either side. And it seems the Red team manages to score from the side, getting their first goal at 4 minutes, 15 seconds remaining.
Iva managing to keep their foot on the gas, continuing on the momentum they had from the previous win of the previous set. They have a chance to get over and get their lick back against Osmond, but I do think that the Crawford team still has something to say about it, but it currently does look like it's in favor of Iva managing to score a second goal with only about 4 minutes and 8 seconds left. That is about 52 in the first minute of 2 goals. There is a lot on the line for both teams. They do know what they are going to have at stake at the end of this match, but it is still great to see that they managed to get this far. Crawford doing quite well, digging themselves out of all the rounds, trying to get into the 3rd place final. Iva laying in wait, getting prepared, planning their revenge against whoever is opposing them, trying to get to the finals, trying to go against Osma, trying to get the lick back as best as they can.
And it seems the Blue side is now in control of the ball, trying their best to defend, but Red seems like they are posturing to go for another goal. Blue manages to defend, sending it over back to the Red side, almost going into goal, barely missing, and with the demolition on that side.
That was a nice flick back, setting it up into a 50-50, but it did go in favor of the Red team, setting over to the Blue team side. This has been a progressive demolition in terms of when it comes to goal scoring. Oh, demonstration, I'd rather say. The red team has the chance to make it a 3-goal deficit, but the blue one's ready to receive, making them having to reset on the offensive side. Blue trying to get ball currently in 50-50. Who gets the first touch? Red bounces off the corner. Red trying to send it over. Red ready to receive, but it is being contested by blue. Managed to set up, and blue gets on the board, managing to make it a game right now. Getting onto the ball, Crawford has a chance to take it into overtime, or at least get past this hurdle that they're experiencing, which is called Iva.
And it seems we are off the ball already, heading over to the blue side. But blue was ready to defend, taking it away from red, sending it right back over to the red side. But red is ready on that defense, already sitting in their goal, not allowing blue to get much further than that. Blue is still trying though, still definitely trying, and manages to even out the score. It is currently 2-2, 2 minutes 32 seconds remaining.
Crawford trying their best to get even, trying to get another goal to make it Steven, but definitely they have a chance to go through. If they manage to win this set, they make it a series, but Iva had a different story to tell. They want to punch their ticket going to the finals. They want to get their revenge back, but I do think Crawford can stand in the way at least for one more game, and then it will be up to choices. But Iva could just close the story on that book and move on to the next chapter. Their ball is being contested. It is still currently 50-50, going back into no man's land. First touch does kind of miss opportunity there. Red managed to cover the ball back, but the blue managed to keep the ball onto the red team side.
And it seems blue is going for another goal, but red is ready and on it with the defense. Blue is now having the ball sent back to their side, but they are chasing it, ready to defend, and red manages to score yet another goal. 2 minutes, 5 seconds remaining.
Red team with the back-to-back goals, trying to punch the ticket going forward. They're trying to keep pushing as best as they can. They do know that Crawford has the chance and the ability to get past. They're managing to make it to the third round finals. They are definitely a force to be reckoned with. Even if at a deficit, they still cannot relax on their laurels. That's a very bad word for me to say. But they is guiding the ball, pinched, but stripped away from the red team, ready to receive. Ball currently there, trying to flip it over, trying to guide it in. Who's going to receive it? Bounces it off straight through the defender and manages to make it a beautiful goal. That was just a very good dance right there, just from the other half of the field, dancing straight through. Just keep on pushing, managing to light it straight up, skip through the defender, and the defensive stop was not enough to get in. Back to Yaku.
So it is coming down to the crunch now, 5-2 at the moment for the red team. It is blue that has the touch on the ball first. It's over on the red side. Red team does manage to keep it away with just over 1.5 minutes to go. Will the team of Crawford be able to pull this back, or will Iva be able to keep them off? Iva with some great defense there, but blue players immediately back on the ball and bringing that back over to the red side. It is on the red side being set up here by the blue players. Will they be able to cross it in time? But the red players of Iva managed to push that off the side onto the back wall again. But it is Crawford on defense, keeping it out of their net space. Oh, it is a dangerous spot, but well defended there by the blue team.
Yes, I do think the name of this game is more defense. It's not. Oh! I guess maybe I should reconfigure my analogy with that one. It was a good offensive stop there, managing to get the ball off the corner, setting up for a nice setup, and then scoring, taking advantage. It is now 6 goals to 2. It does seem like Iva has this one in the bag, but it does give a chance for Crawford to give up. I mean, get into it, trying to get as much goals as they can. We have seen Crawford pull their way through. They managed to go through even more difficult times, trying to get back, but they have proven that they are true warriors, managing to keep going, keep pushing, even with every loss that they have experienced, keep on going forward, and they have managed to make it to the final, so we are very grateful for their ability to keep pushing. But the red team seems a bit more dominant, managing to get the 7th goal. That is quite hard. They are pushing the pace. They are trying to get their reps in before they get punched. They take it going forward to go face Oswald, but Oswald is still in the lines of waiting, still trying to figure out who's going to be in the match.
And we have about 30 seconds remaining. Red team currently with 7 points in the lead, with blue team only having 2 points. Red team is definitely in control of the ball now. Blue team ready to contest, trying to take that control away from them. We are nearly at 15 seconds left, people. And the ball is heading over again to the blue side. Red trying their best to score yet another goal, and boom, there was a demolition there.
We've got 4 seconds left. It is safe to see that Iva can get ready, pack their bags, because they punched their ticket to go to the finals. They are the current winners. They won the set, they won the series, and now they'll be going on to the final. Oh, yes, what?
All right. That was a very intense battle for third place. Crawford Ramsach will be our podium finish today with third place. Ivor, don't get up, don't go off stage just yet. We're gonna pull up that bracket because it's time for the finale. Ivor on red versus Hoërskool Osmoed on blue. Please make your way to the stage for the final. Ivor versus Hoërskool Osmoed. Crawford Ramsach, don't go anywhere. Still prize giving to be had a little bit later. If you can hear my voice, we are doing the final here for our high school Rocket League Boost Cup tournament.
Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, I do have to give a shout out to our sponsors. We have a couple of partners here with us today. Rudy's also going to do some giveaways in a second. We are, of course, here with our partners in higher education, Eduvast 12. This is countrywide and they do some amazing stuff on game design and game development. Our prize sponsors today, EveTech, they are going to be giving away some prizes. Rudy will be doing that shout out, but of course, what the teams are playing for is also to be proud representation, I guess, of their school. So they're playing for this wonderful trophy, some prizes of their own, sponsors by EveTech, and of course, the medals. Are you guys ready for this final? Are you almost ready? Are you ready for this final? All right, let's support these teams.
All right, Yaku, I've been told I've been given the honor of giving away this prize. You guys know the deal at this point, all right? I'm gonna say tech, and you're gonna say? E-tech. Come on, a little bit louder, even though it's a practice. Tech? E-tech. All right, Andre, I'm gonna need you here with me. You're gonna have to pick this time, since I'm the one giving the prize. So, 1, 2, 3, tech! E-tech. Tech! E-tech. Tech! E-tech. All right, Andre, who do you think?
Difficult one, but I know who.
All right. This gentleman with the green shirt here in the front, you are the lucky winner of this. Please don't forget to have your photo there by the EveTech banner. Thank you so much. I also have this bag here. And for this one, all right, we're going to do something similar. All right, now I'm going to say Eve, and you're going to say? Okay, cool. Same old, same old. For the bag. 1, 2, 3. Eve. 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 All right, Andre.
I think another one.
Another one. All right. 1, 2, 3. Eve. 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 Yeah. I think we're both in agreement there. This lovely lady over here is going to win the bag. Please don't forget to get your photo over there. All right, players, there was enough time for you to get your settings ready. Looks like we are good to go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get ready. Pacific, Kira, over to you. Let's start the finale.
And it's going to definitely be a great start. Ivor managing to take the detour, managing to get back to face their once rivaled enemy. Osmoed having house money, can lose this one, get back into the finals again. But it does mean that Ivor, the winner comes to spoils, and Osmoed managing to win all of their sets, got a good time to reset, got a good time to see what they're going to be expecting at the finals. Ivor still riding off the momentum, still riding off the victory they won in the previous round, never getting a rest. The fatigue could be setting in, but they still have the skills to overcome that. The ball is currently up in the air, 50-50, passing it straight through. We're starting to see a good defensive start. Both teams take it to the skies. We can basically say they've earned their wings when it comes to this type of gameplay.
I think this is going to be an extremely intense match. Both teams have proven they deserve to be here. They deserve to be in the finals. And it seems the ball is over to the red team side. Blue trying to score, but red has sent it back over to the blue team side. This is going to be an absolute back and forth, I can already tell. These teams are so evenly matched. This is going to be the game to watch.
Red team tried to do the pinch, but it was a bit of an overshot, but they do manage to recover the ball, bouncing it off the rebound. Can they get the double tap? No, it goes up into there. Who's going to contest quite well? And they just laced it in. It was a beautiful goal, but it goes in favor of Ivor, coming off of the momentum of the previous match. It is Wordsmouth that has the chance to lose currently, but it is Ivor ahead. They can even it out. It could be a 1-1 draw because both teams are capable of doing it, but anything can happen in this type of match.
And the ball is over onto the blue team side of the field. Red ready to try and score. However, blue has something to say about it and sends it right back over to the red team. Blue now having to try and score. Red ready to defend. Two team players in their goal. Ready to defend. Ready to try and make sure that blue does not get a point on the board.
Red is ready, but blue is making a chance at goal. Blue is trying to make it even as best as they can. It is Wordsman with the ball currently trying to bounce it off, but red ready to receive, managing to clear the ball onto the blue team side of the field. Blue trying to receive, but it did seem like they missed that opportunity there, but they do recover quite well, sending the ball across to the other side of the field on the left side of their side. Red team bouncing against their own players, but giving them enough space to get the ball back, but it does not work out in their favor, managing to get the ball over. The blue team has a chance to receive, but red managing to clear the ball. This is an opportunity for a lacing goal, but it does not work out. Blue ready to receive with the defensive. Basically, they just stripped the ball from the path that it was intended for right there. Blue team bouncing off the side. Good defensive stop there. Good stop by red. Red could not capitalize on the defensive play there, losing the ball a bit there. Now it's being contested, but red does recover quite well, sending it onto the blue team side of the pitch. The ball is going in straight through, and it is 2 goals for Ivor, making it a very, very hard time for Wordsmouth, the defending and undefeated champions right now. The first touch goes to Ivor. Boom goes Dynamite, giving only 2 people to defend the red team side, but the red team does recover quite well, playing a bit dangerous on the paint, but managing to get the ball onto the blue team time.
And it seems the blue team is currently defending. Red trying to get the ball over to the blue team side and keep it there. Blue team is giving a strong defense, sending the ball all the way to the red team side. Can they get it in? No! Unfortunately, red team's defense was just a little bit too good.
Blue really did try with a double tap off the ground, but they couldn't capitalize on that. The ball is currently in the air, but it is still being contested. Both teams are pushing up, sending the ball straight up into the air. Red team ready to receive, sending it onto the blue team side, trying to guide it, catch the flip reset, but not capitalize, keeping down, ground is onto the ground. The ball is up in the air, sending it straight through. Ball is currently being rushed out onto the red side. Both teams are pushing the bases gap. Red on the defensive side of the ball, trying to clear out, managing to clear out onto the blue side. Blue side pushing the pace as best as they can.
And it seems that the ball is back over to the red side. Blue trying to get their name on the board, on the scoreboard. Boom goes Dynamite. A red player gets taken out, but they are still able to defend, still able to redirect the ball back over to the blue side.
Ivor currently setting the tone of the series. They have a chance to take it on to the next round. Wordsmouth has a chance to lose this one and go on to continue, but Wordsmouth, I do know that they want to keep the undefeated strategy. They still have a chance to score. They have gone undefeated so far, but it does seem that they managed to get a bit of a bleed right now. They're going to keep punching through. They're going to keep trying to get the ball over to the blue team side. Blue team managed to get the ball back from no man's land, controlling the air, sending up through 1 minute remaining. Blue team trying to cement their victory as best as they can, but the red team managed to tip the ball back. They just have to score 2 goals to make it even set.
They have 50 seconds to score 2 goals to even it out. Otherwise, red team will take the win of this round. And that was so close, but the red team's defense was just a little bit too good. 40 seconds remaining, and blue is currently defending. Red currently in control of the ball, but blue definitely trying to make plays to take that back. It is currently up in the air. Who has control of the ball? And could this be? No, unfortunately, blue managed to come in clutch at the last minute, but they managed to get a third score on the board with 20 seconds remaining.
Red really playing with that one. They were quite teasing, but they managed to get through. Blue tried his best with the defensive stop step, but the momentum is in favor of the red team. Ivor is doing quite well, managing to do what they wanted to do, trying to claw back into the good running. They do have a chance now to make this a very interesting series. This is what we want from our finals. Both teams trying to push the pace, but in terms of offensive capability, it is shown that the ball is truth and the ball is in favor of the red team right now, which is Ivor. There's about 1 second left, but it does not matter because the blue team just reminded everybody that I am here, I am ready to score, I have a shot in this. I won the previous set, I might have went undefeated, but I ended with the final goal. Definitely a great game from both teams, but Ivor takes victory with that one.
Well done to Ivor for taking the first points. Reminder that if Ivor wins the set, we'll have to do a whole nother set. Well done, Iva. All right, this is the second match. Players ready up. Casters, over to you.
And we are off. It seems both teams going for the ball. The ball kind of goes up in the center, not really on any specific side, but ends up landing on red. Blue ready to go try and make a goal, but red was ready to defend, sending it back. Blue still on the red side, trying to make it work, trying to get some sort of a goal in, but unfortunately overshoots it just a little bit. Red is ready on defense, but blue is not giving up their assault.
It is very clear that blue is still running off on the momentum that they had. Magic at a demolition, then taking away a defender, but it's a bit of an awkward situation right now because it does give them a chance to reset and it gives them a defensive opportunity. But blue managed to guide it, riding off into the sunset with that one. That was a good play, managing to set it up for their players, bounce pass off into the air and then guide it in. Blue is trying to make it know that we might have been the undefeated and we were defeated, but now we're still in the contention of running. The series is not over. Might have lost the first set, but they're still in the running. This will be quite interesting to see how it plays off. Do we have a grand finals, or does this become the only finals we get to experience?
I don't know, we'll have to see. It depends who ends up winning this. But this is such a close game at the moment. I can't say any predictions at the moment. I think we're gonna have to see how they play to really get better understanding of who might win. But it seems it is on the red side of the court, only to be sent back. Blue ready to go in, ready to try and score, but red ready with the defense. Another blue team member trying to follow it up. Unfortunately, red's defense is just so strong as they are all concentrated in the center by that goal. Blue already coming back, trying to score again. Red already ready on that defense.
Red is definitely ready, but blue is trying to show that we were here first. They are pushing as best as they can, trying to get the ball off. They are playing against the glass a bit more. They are not able to convert the opportunities, but I was about to be corrected, but red with a good defensive stop there. That was a great opportunity for blue to cement their lead, definitely giving them a bit more cushion. In terms of games of Eagles, both teams can rest on the fact that they're doing quite well. There is a lot of back and forth. They are switching both offensively and defensively quite seamlessly as they do try. Dancing with the ball in there, trying to guide as best as can, build up a destruction, bounces off, and blue manages to score right through with a single play. Dancing, that was just beautiful. Just leave it. And we go. And the first touch goes in favor of the blue team, getting it onto the red team side. Blue ready to receive, but red ready to contest. Contesting the 50-50, getting it bounced off, but blue steals the ball away, getting ready to set up, but red manages to get the ball, trying to get it off the offside, but then demolition on both teams. Both teams lose both players, so it is pretty much even in terms of set. Both teams are trying to push the pace, but it is currently on blue team side. Blue in a dangerous situation, and blue goes the goal. It is 3 for blue. It seems like a repeat or inverse of the previous match. Does either have a chance to get a goal? Does they get a chance to make it in favor of them, or does this become a true series?
It seems that blue team has definitely brought it back. They are ready to show that they are in the finals, and they definitely deserve to be here, and that they deserve the win. But red team, remember, you can still win this.
You know what's the favorite thing? Even if both sides are not scoring, it is so tight. Like we don't know what's gonna play out, because either we continue with the series, either it ends here or it begins again. We will see another match definitely for sure, but it is quite nice to see. That was a perfect shot from the blue team, taking advantage of the situation, setting up for a lob pass up into the air, and then ready to curve the ball straight in, and it was just unfortunately just missed by both. Straight rainbow flick into goal by the blue team, making it a 4-goal deficit in favor of Uwas Moors.
And blue team really seems to have stepped up their game, ready to bring home the trophy. But remember, red team, you are still in the running. You still can do this. Do not give up.
It does seem like each round has been a one-sided affair. The red team taking the first round, the blue team taking the second round. Both teams are pushing the pace as best as they can. There is a lot that is at stake here, but we will see how this goes play out.
And it seems it is on the red team side of the court. Blue wanting to get yet another goal, but red defending with their lives, defending with everything they've got, sending it over to the blue team side, but blue team was ready and waiting with their defense, trying their best to get it away from their goal. Red, though, trying to get a goal in. Blue, however, sending it back to the red team side of the field.
Red team's three objectives right now is either to set the tone for the next match, trying to score the last goal, or making it even, trying to trigger an overtime, or just trying to go on to try and get 5 points on the board to make the victory if they manage to defensively stop the blue team from scoring. But that's going to be a very tall order for both teams to do. The red team has shown that they are capable of defending, they are capable of winning, but it does seem like Westwood is showing the true fans right now, managing to keep the ball in favor of them.
And it seems the ball is on the red team's side. That was almost a goal, but I think the angles were just a little bit off. Red team definitely trying to go for that goal, but blue ready on the defense, ready to make sure that that does not happen. Red team now catching up to get to defend their goal, but blue manages to score yet another goal, 5-0 with 45 seconds remaining.
Westwood putting the pressure, putting the foot on the gas, trying to make everyone erase the laps when they lost their previous round, trying to make sure that everyone understands that they're here to stay. They are the ones that are being challenged right now. They are the ones currently sitting on the throne, and you have to aim for their necks. The red team is pushing as best as they can, but it is a bit difficult right now. They have a 5-goal deficit. It has been one-sided affairs in both rounds, but we are going to go probably into the next round with 30 seconds remaining. It is a chance, but the next goal could set the tone going into the next round. Both teams are pushing the pace as best they can because they do know what momentum does when you're coming out either a loss or win. How you finish it also matters too. It is a good contest by the red team, but the red team does get stopped. Trying to send the ball straight in, and the guy is straight to blue. Doing the defensive juggernaut stop right there. Managed to keep the ball out of the air. That could be enough to get them the wins that they need to keep on going. But the red team has a chance to get the ball back, sending it up in 3 seconds. But the ball is a bit too far. Can they capitalize? Can they set up for air plays more? But it is 1 second. The ball does bounce off to the ground. The ball is still currently in play. Can red get a ball in? The ball bounces off, and it is in favor of Westwood to make this series tie right now with 1-1. We're going to have a very lovely next match. It might be the final match. It might be the first match of the next series. We will see how that goes.
All right, players ready up. Let's get going. Yuck.
Now remember, gentlemen, if the next match can determine quite a lot. If it is the team of Ivar winning, we will go to a grand final. If it is the team of Westwood, they will be the champions for today. So there is a lot riding on this next match. I want to hear this crowd cheering these two teams. They need your support. It's been a long day. Let's see what happens.
And we are off. It seems that the ball is kind of in the center, heading more towards the blue team side of the field. Blue team definitely not allowing that though, and moving it right back over to red, already going for a goal, but red manages to defend, sending them off, away.
The pressure is truly on the side of Ivar. They have the opportunity to make it into a grand final, but Westwood has the objective to deny them that access, that glory. Ball bounces off the crossbar, but tries to change the double pass. Does not work out in favor of them managing to get the ball onto the other side with a good clearance there, but it seems like the blue team is ready to receive that. Westwood trying to configure what they're going to do on the defensive side, but Ivar is very aggressive, trying to extend this into a grand final as best as they can. It does mean that Westwood is playing with house money right now. They do have the opportunity to continue moving forward, but even if they do not capitalize the situation, it does mean a benefit for all of us. We get to see another grand final, another one straight just after the previous tournament that we had, which was also another grand final, which was a very brilliant time for us and the time for Rocket League. This is what we want to expect in our games. This is why we do this. This is the fun of esports. We are here. This is peak.
This is absolutely amazing gameplay. Both teams are playing so well, and they both know what is exactly at stake here. And blue tries to go for the goal, but red's defense was just a little too good there. Blue again is trying to go in for the goal, trying their very best to score.
And with red getting onto blue team side, good contest there, making it a 50-50, but it does seem like red gets the ball first. The ball will go up into the air. Good contest from the blue side, managing to get the ball, but it does seem ready. Red is ready to receive, but blue managing to escape by. Good contest up into the air. Ball on the left side of the red team's pitch. Blue has a chance to get the ball, trying to dribble in. Disruption from red team's side. Red team trying to get the defensive stop as best they can, trying to get a clearance over, but blue ready to receive. But the red just takes the ball, stripping it away. Any opportunity of blue setting the tone for the first match.
And it seems red is trying to score, but blue was there, just ready enough to defend. And blue is now taking the aerial assault, taking it back all the way to the red team side. But red was ready with the defense, sending it back. It is an absolute game of ping pong right now. The ball is all over the field.
It definitely is a game of ping pong, both on still zeros. There is a bit of a shift in now. I do think in terms of defense, both teams are prioritizing that a bit more than the offensive side. They are willing to drop back the two players to ball protect or patrol their sides or the respective sides of the pitch. But it does seem the blue team manages to send it in, and it does give Horseman the victory in this, the lead in this one, allowing them to clinch. Maybe this is the goal that sets its own. It could be the final goal. It could be one of many. The river has not been set yet. The dam has not been broken. We will see how this goes.
This is absolutely insane. It seems that the ball is on the blue side of the court. Red definitely trying to score, but blue defending with everything they have. Red definitely falling back now, trying to defend, doing a great job at defending. Blue with one score on the board already, but red could still make it up. They could tie this, they could make it even.
Ivor feeling the pressure right now, but I do think they're more capable than anyone. They've proven they managed to climb and claw their way back into the finals, back into their rival. They have a chance to set up for a goal, and it goes in favor of Osmond, trying to put the pressure, keep putting the gas on there, setting up with a beautiful play. That was what you expect from the defending champions right now in terms of the matches they've played. The set is in favor of both teams, but it does seem like it is in favor of Osmond right now with this match. And just an open goal. I do believe that was a lapse in judgment right there. Osmond just pushing the pace, managing to set the boosters off there, getting the ball first, managing to use their left side to try and trigger the ball going into a bit more to the right, and it was quite well placed and timed.
No, that was absolutely impeccable gameplay. We have 1 minute, 45 seconds remaining. Can Red Team even it out? But it seems that they might score an own goal. It seems, with blue team currently at 4 points to 0, 1 minute, 39 seconds remaining.
That was a great opportunity for a goal, but unfortunately the wrong side was hit and it went into their own goal. That is kind of what you don't want to happen. It is a bit more pressure put onto Ivor right now because they have to know how to overcome the almost difficult mountain of trying to overcome a 4-goal deficit. We've seen that happen before. They can make it an even game, but they only have 1 minute and 27 seconds left and they don't have control of the ball yet. Managing to keep the ball up, but the ball is being stripped out of the air by the blue team, managing to keep the ball off onto their corner. They're trying to push the pace as best they can. They're still playing like they are, the rent is due and no one's ready to collect yet, but Ivor does have does have to overcome 4 goals.
And it seems the ball is on the red side of the court. Blue wanting to score and managing to get their 5th goal. Well played.
Osmond ready to continue on with the offensive onslaught. Ivor did put up a great fight in the first round, but it does seem like the momentum is in favor of the blue team. With 1 minute remaining, they have a chance to get at least a point on the board, maybe even get 5 goals straight through, but a demolition does go wipe out. Blue managing to take out the red team's player, getting an opportunity set for the goal. Do they take the defensive? And they take the ball, stripping it up from the air. That was a good defensive stop there, but is it enough to carry over? With only 40 seconds left, they still have a goal deficit of 5. Can they just get 1 more point on the goal? Can they make this into a game? It is up to them to decide, but it does seem like it is in favor of Osmond for at least this set. There's about 30 seconds remaining. How do you feel about the matches we've experienced so far? How do you feel about this final?
I feel like the teams have played impeccably. They've played so well, and they should be so proud of themselves. And they've done such a good job. And Red manages to get their 1st goal on the board with 19 seconds remaining. Well done.
Big ups to Ivor not letting off on that one. They could have just easily let bygones be bygones, but they wanted to say hi. They managed to get 1 goal. Can they get another in? And if they can get one another in, what stops them from getting a 2nd or a 3rd or a 4th? But there's only about 12 seconds left. There is a bit of defensive stop there with 9, 8, 7. It does look like Osmond will be your champions. When the final words go to you, how do you feel?
I feel like this has been an amazing experience. All teams played amazingly, but the win goes to High School Osmond. Well done. They are our Boost Cup champions. Ryan, over to you.
Well done to Ivor. You put up quite a fight there in the first match, but Hoërskool Osmond is our champions for today, taking the crown undefeated. Well done to both teams for putting up quite a fight. Can we get a round of applause for these teams today, ladies and gentlemen, please? Thank you so much. I'm going to be handing over to Rudy for prize giving. You guys have been an amazing crowd. Thank you so much for coming out today. Rudy, over to you.
All right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Please make some noise for these two teams. They did absolutely amazing, and they definitely deserve that win. It was quite a hard game for them. I am going to ask Brent from Edgevos to join us on stage. Brent from, yeah, please join us on stage. So Yuck is going to hand over your trophies and your medal, and then Brent will be handing over your prizes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been quite a long day, a lot of matches that has been played, and these teams have just been playing their hearts out. So we are going to go straight into prize giving, and I'm going to call up your third place champions for today. So ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for your third place champions, Crawford Ramser. All right, players, line up, step a little bit backwards. All right. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Please make some noise for your third place champions, Crawford Ramser. All right, and now in second place, this team has put up quite a fight. Can we please get and make some noise for Iva, your second place champions. All right, Iva, come up, grab your medals, grab your prizes. You guys have earned it. All right, players, line up for a quick photo op. Ladies and gentlemen, your second place champions, Iva. All right, and now a team that hasn't lost any games for today. They've been playing super well. They've been playing for quite a while now. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for your champions, Westwood. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Westwood. All right, there you go, players. You definitely earned it. Grab your medals, grab your prizes.
And the party is the motive. I get super loaded to the AM. Super loaded in my DMs. Get super loaded, you don't need him. Super loaded, super loaded. What we finna do? And the party is the motive.
All right, players, just one quick photo op. All right, so put your prizes down, put your prizes down. So at RGB Gaming, we've got a tradition. I'm going to count down to 3. You're going to keep your trophy low, and on the count of 3, you're going to lift it as champions. Ladies and gentlemen, please, on count 3, make some noise for this team. 3, 2, 1! All right, can we please get first, second, third place? Make your way to the Eve Tech banner for your last photo ops.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you joined us today, thank you very much for coming through. We had a lot of fun with you. You guys were absolutely amazing. It's been so great having you. If you are staying at the show, enjoy the rest of the Randshow. If you are not staying and you are leaving, please drive safe. We had a lot of fun. We will open for free play now for the public. So if you're sticking around and you want to do some gaming, please stay with us, and we are going to be doing that the rest of the afternoon. But from outside our RGB Gaming, thank you so much. You've been a great audience. Have a good afternoon.
I need my feet out in advance. I'm living like I'm on a run. I know the city turn to fast. I need I need